Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sea of Souls livestream campaign.
Good evening, and welcome back to the Imperium Isles.
Welcome back.
Live stream brought to you by the Elder Brain. As always, I'm your GM, Ian, and I'm joined tonight with Craig, Devin, Jack, and Mike, who's ready to do some Pathfinder.
I'm ready. I'm ready to find that path.
What?
Oh, wait. There it is.
He found the path. All right.
We're done. We can pack it up now.
Awesome.
Why are you up there? Ian's up there, and I'm.
Yeah, well, we've decided to put the Sea of Souls 5e campaign on hiatus while the dust settles on the whole OGL thing. We're still deciding whether we're going to finish that campaign in 5e and then evaluate what we're doing next, or convert it to another system in midstream, or whether we're going to go with something else completely different. We don't know yet. Once we know, you'll know.
Don't know.
Yes, stay tuned to your usual communications outlets, and we will let you know when we figure stuff out.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Mm-hmm. In the meantime, when we last left our Pathfinder heroes, they hadn't been created yet. So, actually, before we dive in, I do want to give some shout outs to all the awesome free tools that we're going to be using tonight.
Hey.
Oh, please do. Yeah, yeah.
Like Path Builder 2e is an awesome character building site. PF2 Easy is great for reference. It's way faster than the Archives of Nethys. Dungeon Scrawl is what I use to make all the encounter maps. And I also use Wonder Draft for my overland maps. It's not free, but it is pretty cheap. And I guess, technically Roll20 is free for some people. I pay money for it, but whatever.
Also, like
say Ian, maybe our listeners at home would appreciate if we put some of these resources as links in our community Discord.
Gosh, that's a great suggestion, Jack.
Could do that, and we'll add them to our the VOD description as well, just for kicks, in case you're watching this not live and you're not part of our Discord, but you should be.
Sign up. All right. So we're going to be doing Pathfinder 2e. We're going to do character creation first. We're all going to jump onto Path Builder. We're gonna walk through. Oh, and I do have my dead trees with me as well, just in case we need them. So
I also have dead trees of a different sort.
All right. What is a role-playing
prototype?
Skip the what is a role-playing game part of this. Let's get into character creation.
I mean, I know that I've read a lot of non D&D RPG books in the last few years, and I'm glad that they always include that, even if it's not necessary for most But you never know. You never know. Somebody might just pick up Bluebeard's Bride one day, and that might just be their first RPG that they ever play. So,
hey, listen, my grandmother's first RPG was some game about Dear John or something. Her first and only RPG that she ever played. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, it might be somebody's first, so it's always good to have the basics in there.
All right. So first step of character creation is our ABCs, and you can see them in the top left there. I don't even know. Is someone sharing a screen so they can follow along at home? Okay, good. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey. So everyone needs to pick their ancestry, which is in 5e terms, that's your race. Ancestry is, and then your background, which is what you used to do before you became an adventurer. Then your class is what you're doing now as an adventurer. So let's go around the horn. I don't even know what order people are in because I am not. So let's start with Devin. What have you picked for your ancestry, background, and class?
What is just while we're jumping into this, what is the difference between something being rare, uncommon, or common? What is there any real difference to that other than understanding
what book they appeared in is really what is what it boils down to. Anything that isn't tagged like that is something that's from the core rule book. The rare and uncommon ones are just in the base setting. They are more rare or more uncommon. I think the rare ones you are supposed to get GM permission to use, but I'm pretty permissive.
Okay. I'm fairly boring-ish. I went for ancestry. I just went for human because you know what? I like being human.
I like being
human.
It's very Tolkien-esque. I like being human. Human or half-elf, but I went with human. For background, I was thinking warrior. I'm not married to it, but I will say there are some very cool options in here. I'm especially a fan of feral child.
I didn't notice that one.
Yeah, that one's great. But I went with warrior, and for class, I'm going with here my good old my good old friend. Basically, I'm going with the paladin type build, which I think is champion in this game. Yeah,
paladin is the lawful good champion, is what it boils down to.
Yes.
All right, Jack, what have you got?
Well, okay, I'm going a little bit off script here. I was originally going to play human as well, just as sort of I've never played second edition, which is a little bit disgraceful because I actually played Pathfinder before I'd ever touched an actual, WotC published D&D product. And so I was going to pick human, but then I started leafing through the other races, and the word Gripply came up, and it was immediately sent years back into my own past, and reminded of one of my first ever characters that I ran in Pathfinder First Edition, which was a Gripply rogue by the name of Slippery Phil. And the more I think about it, the more I think that maybe it would be more appropriate to bring him back as sort of my spiritual return to Paizo. I think I will update him a little bit though, and make him a swashbuckler this time instead of a rogue. For those that have no idea what I'm talking about,
I'm bringing up a picture right now.
Frog people. Hence the name.
Like grung, but
Yeah.
also not.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, like the front cover of your science textbook, the little green tree frog, those guys.
I'm going to give him the cook background.
Of course.
And
There you go.
Yes, I'm going to make him a swashbuckler
Perfect.
for the purposes of this campaign.
Wow, someone's finally picked a class they know something about. Because I have never actually no, I take that back. I have played a little bit of 2E as a player. I've played mostly as a DM, so character building is not something I'm super dialed into. So we're all learning. It'll be great. All right. You grabbed a background as well?
Yes, I'm going to go
Yes.
the cook background.
Right. All right, Craig, what do you got? Ancestry, background, class.
I am going with elf. I am an elf, whisper elf to be precise, with the background of hunter and the class of ranger. And I'm hoping that it's well balanced and awesome in this game. But
I don't know what you're talking about. Ranger's amazing in the other game that we play.
Elf, hunter, ranger.
Awesome.
Yes. And
Not your
I already
first-
have a name. A couple of us did a little bit of, we were eager beavers,
Did some homework on the weekend. That was awesome.
but I am Allied Gorel, also known as Aid or Wolf. So, man, enough of many names.
Wolf Aid, my favorite beverage. Anyway, Mike,
Less popular than Gatorade.
we've all seen on the shared screen that you have chosen a halfling with the nomad background, and he's an alchemist, which is
Yep.
so much fun.
Yep.
What inspired you to grab alchemist?
It was at the top of the list. And I thought he's basically just a ranger, but instead of shooting bows and arrows, he hurls bombs. And then I mentioned that in the Discord, and you're like, I got to read up on what alchemists do and see what all crazy crap Mike's going to get into. I'm like, oh crap, what have I done? I've chosen something really wild. I thought I was choosing something tame, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I knew it was added as one of the core classes in second edition, and I played enough first edition of the computer games with alchemists and know that they can just dish out the hurt when they need to. So I'm ready. I'm ready to see it. All right, you have picked your. So good. We've got the ABCs done. You see right below that where it says level 1. You set abilities. Everyone should have 2 little gears with numbers in them, and you need to. So these are ability boosts.
Nice. 3.
And what these do is, so there'll be drop-down lists for some of them where you've got a choice, and others are set. And we'll notice on Mike's sheet, halflings get a penalty to strength. That is something that they don't do in D&D that they do in Pathfinder. You still have racial penalties. Depending on
Indeed.
you.
I've got a constitution penalty.
Yes, you spindly elf. The good news is with the other boosts that you get, you can usually compensate for any of those penalties pretty easily. Each boost is a +2 to an ability score. So starting characters should not have any odd numbers. If you have odd numbers, you've done it wrong. Because starting characters also can't go over 18 in an ability score. That's the other thing. Once you are going above 18, you get more boosts at higher levels, obviously. Going above 18, a boost is only +1 rather than +2. So getting higher and higher ability scores gets harder and harder. Other than that, I'll just let everyone do their clickies. And once you're done applying your boosts, we will start picking some feats.
Clickety clicks. So I've got
And
an
then sort of running through the different classes. I'm thinking Paladin is going to be strength and charisma.
Yeah, does this use older rule styles where spellcasting for paladins is actually wisdom based?
I don't remember. Let me look that up while you're clicking your things. I know the alchemist is definitely gets most of the goodies off of intelligence, and then throwing bombs is still going to be dexterity. Devotion spells. Here we go. Looking this up in PF too easy because it's just too easy. Blah, blah.
So picking our skills for our skill training, at this level we cannot go past trained, is that right?
You will get some expertises in a minute. That happens.
Okay.
That happens later because like some of your saving throws, for example, you'll be expert in. Let me just see.
I'm practically an expert at saving things.
Yeah, it's not really jumping out at me what the paladin spell casting is all about. Oh, hey, you know what? Maybe I will look in the actual book because it is organized a little differently.
Sir Ian.
So Trillium, to answer your
Trillium,
question, TEML. So T is trained, E is expert, M is master, and L is legendary.
Just about to give it over to Ian to answer, but
Sorry.
Oh, you nailed it.
you got it right.
And so that sort of plays into the proficiency system. So rather than in 5e, where you have sort of set proficiency bonuses that increases at certain levels, here you add your level to anything you're trained in, and then you add your proficiency level as well. So if you're only trained, then you add a +2. If you're expert, you add a +4. Master is +6. Legendary is +8, plus your level, and that determines your check.
Indeed. I'm intrigued by all of this. There's a lot of crunchy bits, but I don't mind crunchy bits as long as it's not my peanut butter. It's got to be smooth.
Oh, I love crunchy peanut butter.
You're wrong.
Sorry, I'm team smooth as well.
I like both, but I like crunchy.
Everybody in chat, let's gang up on Mike.
You're wrong. So I'm just like, no, you're wrong. That's the
No,
wrong.
I'm happy on crunchy peanut butter. Honestly,
You got one guy in chat that's just like, I'm allergic to peanuts.
No, you're wrong. I'm sorry. And here's the thing. I do enjoy like some good, crunchy
Just
peanuts and stuff, whatever. But in my peanut butter, butter is it's supposed to be smooth. Things that you spread, right? It's smooth. Can you imagine like chunky butter or like chunky cream cheese or something like?
That's called cottage cheese, and it's delightful.
No, no, you're wrong. Stop it.
All right, here we go.
Does Mike's character get a penalty to wisdom because I'm feeling like?
I guess I'm making a charcuterie board for these games. I'm getting snacky now.
Yeah. All right, here we go. So Devin,
thank you, Trillium.
Strength or dex, obviously, depending whether you want to go finesse or not.
I go
and
with
then
not.
You can dump dex if you're going heavy armor. You want con because hit points are good.
Well, I assumed that, yeah.
You can dump int and wisdom. And charisma is your spellcasting ability. So
Okay,
Oh.
no, but when you say dump, like you can't go lower than 10, right? Because 10 is the
correct.
base.
I'm just
Yeah.
don't worry about boosting. I guess is the
Well, I have to boost at least one of those because you get 4 boosts.
then wisdom would be the one to do.
That's
that
what I'm doing. Yeah.
For your will saves.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
will
I'm using-
saves.
Funny terms like will saves. We'll go over the character sheets when we're done.
Okay, it's okay. If you've played, like I played 4E, so
Mhm.
reflex and
Yeah.
will, these actually
Reflex
actually
and
make
will
sense.
are your defenses.
Mhm. All right. If everyone has done their boosts,
I've got a +2 strength, +4 dex. Con and charisma are both at 0, and then intelligence +1 and wisdom +2. So an elf.
so we should be moving
wild
on
elf.
to the heritage and ancestry and class feats. So you're going to get something from your nurture, something from your nature, and something from your job.
So, going into heritages, I just wanted to touch on this because I think this is something that, like, behind the scenes, Craig, you've kind of talked about as well. But the idea that rather than being like a race or or an ancestry unto itself, I noticed that any heritage here, any ancestry can choose for their heritage, like to be an Azamar or a Tiefling or a Dhampir.
Like,
or
they
like
are
part
specifically
elemental.
biologically one thing, but they were raised amongst something else.
Yeah, so you could be like a dwarf changeling or like a half orc tiefling. The idea that these can, that they're not like a race unto themselves, but they're just like another feature, which I think is something that we've talked about. Like, oh, like wouldn't it make more sense if it was this way? So that's I just thought that was cool. I just think it's
Well,
neat.
that's yeah.
to bring it up.
And that's
Well,
actually
even-
how I was planning to do the campaign guide I'm writing, how to do things like Asimar, Tiefling and stuff, right? Elemental, whatever. Then it's like a template. It's something that gets added to, it's a side heritage type thing or whatever. Yeah, it's not, you don't play as a Tiefling, you play as a dwarf or whatever with Tiefling blood or elemental blood or whatever. Yeah.
Oh yeah, to that extent, in this game, half elf and half orc are actually human heritages rather than their own entity unto themselves. So basically, if you pick that, then you can grab ancestry feats from either the human or the elf list as a half elf, for example.
Very cool. Very cool.
And then the class feats, basically, Pathfinder 2e, everything is feats and the points don't matter.
Nice.
Like class features are feats, background stuff is feats, bonus feats. You're going to getting a lot of them, and they are categorized. So you'll be getting some general feats, you'll be getting some skill feats. Those are the things you'll be getting as you're leveling up, and you will get more ancestry feats later on as well. So that's kind of nice too, where at higher levels you can still unlock more stuff,
Cool.
which is kind of handy. And again, it's just about rather than giving you an either or choice, there's going to be a short list of 3 to 6 options, and it's really just alternate class features. They just classify everything as feats to make it consistent, which is super cool. Once you've got your feats selected,
Left
then
and right, got them both.
everyone just grab skills as well.
Got those.
Yeah, my skill training's all trained up.
Perfect. Then I think that is it for this page. So we'll just sort of look on the right-hand side and so in the So yeah, armor class will change, obviously. Oh yeah, some of you are going to have specialties to pick as well. Right, like Mike, you've got your research field. You've gone bomber.
I have.
Jack, your swashbuckler. You're going to have to pick a.
I was leaning towards
buckle.
Battle Dancer, although Wit also sounds very fun.
Yeah, you have
I
to
think
lock
I'll
that.
go. I think I'm going to go with Battle Dancer for now because I like the idea of just being really, just kind of being a little dervish, whirling around, being hard to hit. I feel like that's fitting of the name Slippery Phil. So
And flash
It
as well. So double check that you have trained the skill that jives well with that, because I think it either does it automatically give you the performance.
it did give me performance automatically. Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, as long as
I've got my hunter's edge.
Great.
Precision.
So you'll see everyone's base speed is going to be 25 feet, except for maybe the short guy who might only be 20. So that's
I'm shockingly still 25.
Mine was actually 30.
the elf is faster. That makes sense, or it might be a ranger thing. I'm not sure
And
which.
then it also has a ranger up to 35.
There you go.
Just leave us
You also note that they don't even put the ability scores in. All you're seeing is the bonuses, because they kind of realize that's all that really matters.
It is real all that really matters. Yeah. Absolutely.
Starting hit points, you'll notice, are bigger. And sort of behind the scenes, you get a chunk of your starting hit points from your background, and a chunk from your class, and a chunk from your ancestry.
That's cool.
So there's sort of three sources. So depend if you are doing the Ivory Tower Wizards and being a spindly elf, then you're not going to start with a lot of hit points. But if you're doing a chunky orc wizard who was previously a gladiator, then you're going to have more hit points than your average wizard, which is kind of fun and kind of makes sense. And that means you don't have to invest in Constitution just to make your character look the way you want it to, which is kind of cool. And then, of course, you got your saving throws, fortitude, reflex, and will. These are sort of condensed. I know in 4th edition, it was basically you would take the better of your Constitution or strength would become your fortitude, defense, and reflex was dexterity or intelligence, and will was charisma or wisdom. Here, it's just fortitude is based off your Constitution, reflex is off your dexterity, will is off your wisdom. Pretty straightforward. And again, 90% of the 5e saving throws went into those 3 categories anyway, so it's just simpler this way. Oh, one other thing I should point out on this first page here. Actually, 2 things. 3 things. Geez, I'm just seeing more and more.
7 things.
Hero points. Hero points are baked into the system. You will have to remind me to hand them out because I always forget. You will always start every session, regardless of where we are. Every play session, you start with 1 hero point. They can be used very similarly to how they're used, how inspiration is used. DM inspiration is used in 5e, where you can basically re-roll a flub check. They also come into play when you are dying. You can burn all of your hero points if you are about to die and stabilize, is what it boils down to.
Is that like is burning all of your hit points to stabilize like a binary? Like you just give up whatever hero points you currently have, or
yes. So you can only ever have 3.
So if I have 1 and I spend 1 to stabilize, or if I have 3 and I spend 3 to stabilize, that's like the same result either way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right under that, you see something that says class DC.
Yes.
Basically, for any of your class abilities, even if you don't have a spellcasting ability, sometimes you're going to force someone to make a save against something you do, and we will reference your class DC for that. So rather than having, forcing it into a spell and having the spell save DC formula, everyone just gets a class DC for all their abilities. So some stuff is magic and some stuff is mundane, and it's allowed to be that way. You'll also notice right below that is your perception. You
Indeed.
realize that perception is important to everyone, and everyone keeps their eyes and ears open all the time when they have a deadly job being an adventurer. So everyone is
Amazing.
already trained in perception, and it is everyone's by default. So it's sort of popped
Imagine
out of
that.
the skill list, and it's its own thing.
I'm
Not
an
only that,
expert.
but we're already an expert. Yeah.
Yes. 90% of the time, perception is what you're going to be rolling for your initiative as well, but we will get to that when we get playing. Let's move on. So you see where it says weapons.
I do. I've been
You
eyeing
need
it
to
anxiously.
click add weapon and start picking stuff. And this is a big intimidating
All
list.
right. Bazooka.
my.
Where is it?
What's our limitations?
You
Because I assume that some of these things are more like hard to come by than others.
yes, anything in let me see.
It'll say what it says what you're trained in, right?
Yeah, so the T means anything with the orange T next to it means you're trained.
And E is expert. Anything with the orange or it's the brownish square next to the bulk number. Oh, sorry, the numbers on the right of all those things in the little box. That is the bulk of the weapon. So this is the encumbrance system.
Ah,
Okay.
A lot of these are coming up as 0 bulk for me.
Yes.
Wait,
So
is that correct?
You're just
Yeah.
too beefy.
so they're basically negligible. They don't count against your carrying capacity. So something like heavy armor or a bazooka, something like that, that'll count against your carrying capacity. But a
How
lot
the
of stuff
heck
they
is
just
a
assume
hand
you-
cannon a simple weapon?
Yeah.
That's what
I
nothing
mean,
is.
you point it and shoot.
Mhm.
You point it, pull
I
the trigger. That
guess.
sounds pretty simple to me.
Anything with the bulk number that's in brown, that is an uncommon weapon. And again,
That's
it's
like-
one of those things where if you want it and it makes sense for your character, then we can do it. But try to stick to
Oh man, a rapier pistol. I forgot that Pathfinders loves to just like strap guns onto other things that aren't guns.
yeah. There's an axe gun up at the top, battle axe gun.
Yeah,
or
the axe
something.
musket.
Yeah.
I think there's like a buckler gun, so you can have a shield that has a gun in it.
Oh my gosh.
Why not?
In other words, this was made by like 7-year-olds. Like, what if you had a shield, but like the shield had like a gun in it? Yeah, but mine has an axe on top. Whoa.
I can't believe the things that I'm trained in, but the things that I'm untrained in. Like I can't use a short sword or a long sword apparently, but I can use a battle lute.
Where the heck is the bow?
Do I want to put a gun on my sword?
Is that a
Does
question?
I mean, it brings my damage. It would bring my damage die down from 1d6 piercing to 1d4 piercing. However, it's a sword that's also a gun.
Exactly.
I think you made your argument there. It's a sword that's a gun.
So as starting
I-
characters, you guys will have 15 gold. Oh, I should mention the primary piece of currency is the silver piece. So there's been a little deflation. You guys start with 15 gold pieces.
Interesting.
Does Path Builder automatically
Yes, it will do the math if you
Tally
click on the. Yeah, if you go to the,
so if I've overdrawn my bank account, it will let me know.
it should yell at you. Yes. So you see along the top, there's weapons, defense, gear. On the gear tab, it should have a running tally of your gold.
Oh, okay, 15
Okay.
gold there. Okay. So I'm untrained in martial, and that's apparently what long and short swords are.
Ah, yes, the hand and a half sword.
Well,
Very
turns out that but putting a gun on my rapier makes it 5 times more expensive than the regular sword. So this
Oh, you don't say.
This becomes an easy decision all of a sudden.
Shocking.
What? How would that happen? What? No way.
Yes, I would like to buy a bastard sword. Thank you.
How does that have 0 encumbrance, by the way?
What?
Which is the bastard sword?
Yeah, aren't those things massive?
No,
huge?
so bastard swords are what effectively are hand and a half swords. So if you had like arming sword, and then you'd have like so bastard sword is actually what a long sword is in 5th edition.
Oh, okay.
In that hand and a half sword, so the handle's long enough for a single hand to hold it comfortably, but you could put another hand on there for extra power as a two-hander. So it lets you alternate between the two versus greatsword, which is always going to be two because it's the size of you, and like more like an arming sword, which would be a one-handed only type blade. I don't know what that's called in this game. Longsword, I assume.
I think I'm also going to buy a combat grapnel just for funsies. It's only 9 silver. It's basically a grappling hook that I can throw at people.
There are no wrong answers here.
And then I'll
Gosh.
probably hold off. I'll probably hold off on weapons a little bit for now, other than my sword and my grappling hook, just until I make sure that I get my armor sorted.
You know what?
Show that gold again, Ian.
On the gear,
I saw
Here.
spoon gun, and I was like, "What the hell's a spoon
No, what?
gun?" And the first sentence it says it was probably made by goblins, and I was like, "Okay."
Pathfinder goblins are in a league of their own.
That's amazing.
yeah, definitely. The what are they called? The basically each of the classes in the book, they've got a it's almost like a class mascot. And the alchemist is this awesome goblin. He's so fantastic.
So, Ian, in your professional opinion, as a swashbuckler, I have proficiency in light armor as well as unarmored defense. If I have, say, a +4 modifier to my dexterity, then would the addition of purchasing some light armor enhance my current AC of 17, or would I be better to save my gold?
It should. You would bump up by 1 or 2 with that, I think.
Okay.
Ian, do I have to buy bombs? Or do I make all of my bombs?
Because you are the bomber, whatever it's called.
Because you're the bomb.
Yes, you're the bomb. Because you are a bomber, one of your class abilities basically lets you create a certain number per day.
Okay.
You just pull them out of your bomber jacket.
Yeah.
Well, during your daily preparations, you basically make some special juice, and then you turn that, it's sort of undifferentiated juice that you can turn into your various concoctions as you need to.
Okay.
We're talking about making a Joe Biden now in chat here. Just so we're-
How did the conversation turn to that?
Forked bipod, which I said is like a trident bow 2, maybe. I'm guessing that's what it was. Bipod Biden. And then I said Joe Biden because come on, man. That's what you when you talk with someone, it just goes, come on, man.
You said Joe Biden, and I thought you meant like Joe Biden, but as like a tree man.
No, as a Biden.
Joe Biden, yes.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I would vote for Treebeard.
Yes, but by the time that he got through his inauguration speech, his term would be over.
I mean, he would have to run as a third party candidate because he's on no one's side because no one was on his side. So
That's right. Yeah. Pacifists when like though, because the Ents are going to war.
Oh, and I'll let you guys all know that my lemon law is totally in effect here. If any choices we make today turn out to be suboptimal for whatever reason, anything can change until your next.
I defy you to tell me how carrying 6 different types of lances could not go well for me.
Do you just keep him like a golf bag? Do you have a caddy?
Yeah, I call him Squire.
I see there's a section for pets.
If you're carrying that many, you've got to be pretty Armstrong.
That's layered. I like it.
Have
my
you met
mission.
me?
Can I strap a musket to my lance? Because I'm just charging at them and they brace for impact, and then all of a sudden, bang, and then they're dead.
Exploding lance.
Can I turn my eye into a laser?
A backpack ballista. Now that's something.
All right. How many? We just have any weapons we want here.
Big boom gun.
Is
So
there
yes,
ammunition?
Yes.
Bladed scarf. I mean,
Where do we
that
buy
is a bad night waiting to happen right there.
Oh, if you look in the top right of the pop-up for weapons, there's the little filter icon. So you can like search for stuff. Or you can knock out all the uncommon stuff.
That's what that thing
Yeah,
was.
that little funnel. Yeah.
Well,
Kind
there
of looks
we
like a cell
go.
tower.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the heck is that thing?
Decoration. No, it's actually, yeah, it does not jump out at you.
No, it doesn't. Okay, where do I find
I
arrows?
guess
though?
I should buy a crossbow.
Arrows might not be in the weapons. They might be in the gear. Let me just see.
Okay.
So,
Arrows. Yep, I see them there.
good.
A fighting stick. I
How
see
many-
ran
how
out of
many?
names.
How many? When I buy arrows, how many come with
Oh,
it?
his gear is a little rich for my blood.
Ten. Okay. So one thing of arrows is
Heavy crossbow. Hello. Reload 2. I assume that's number of actions.
Yep.
Stupid crossbows.
Are we just doing weapons right now, or are we doing armor and stuff as well?
I've done
Might as well do
weapons
it
and
all.
armor.
Just get your gear spent.
I still have.
I
money
guess
to
I'll
spend.
take the heavy crossbow. Can I get a repeating heavy crossbow? How much are they?
Okay, what is so the this one's looks a little bit different. The defense thing. Show additional armor. Stow additional armor. Stow additional. Where do I purchase?
You got to change.
Change. Oh, this one doesn't have proficiency beside it. That seems weird. Or maybe is it gear?
So it should be on the defense.
Yeah. So I'm on defense, and then I went to change.
Yeah. So as a ranger, what types of armor are you proficient in?
I have no idea. I don't know
So
how to
at the
find
top,
that.
Let's
so
see.
when you click on defense, that first box,
Light
you should
medium.
see light,
Ah.
medium, heavy, unarmored. What do you T in?
Yes. I see.
6 gold for chainmail. Boy, the economy of this game is
There we go.
I mean, not just everyone can be an adventurer.
30 gold for full plate mail.
Hey, you got
Wow.
something to work forward to.
I was gonna say, I'm just like, I'm thinking at this point, like money is very different from what I'm used to.
Meaning 5e where you have so much gold that it's basically meaningless at some point.
Well, I'm looking at this game. We're saying
Start
that
with
if full plate costs 30 gold, you must not get that much gold.
Mm.
No. So for example, the budget for level 1 is what is it? 2 consumable item or 4 consumables, 3 non-consumable items of low level, and then 40 gold pieces for the entire level for the party. So
Okay.
it does not come in super fast.
Okay, so is there anything else? Any other gear that? So we don't
Maybe I
have
should-
like an adventurer's pack or anything like that. It's probably something we should
Ditch
have.
the cross.
There are class kits, I believe is what they're called.
So I know that I'm going to need
Oh, yeah,
alchemist tools. Do I need an alchemist lab as well?
That's a great question.
You need an alchemist
see.
lab to craft alchemical items during downtime.
There you go.
All right. Well, I got to readjust my inventory then, what I've purchased, because I can't afford all of this stuff.
You need your portable science kit.
I
to
do.
take with you everywhere.
Oh, you better believe that I'm spending 2 gold on a fine set of clothes. Cookware, because I did take the cook background.
If I want,
Food
so
water.
do basically all range weapons make use of the dexterity
Yes.
stat? Okay. Even bows?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I should point out that finesse here just says you get to use dex for attack. You still use strength for damage, Mr. Swashbuckler. But that's okay, because if you're using a finesse weapon, you get your...
I'm sorry, I was totally lost in the sauce there for a second. Can you repeat that?
The finesse trait, use dex for the attack roll, but you still add strength damage rather than dex.
Right, I do remember that from first edition.
So that still stands here. But if you're using a finesse weapon, your precision damage tends to kick in. So rogues will get their sneak attack and you'll get your fancy footwork or whatever it's called.
I did see that. I wasn't sure what the triggering condition for that was because I haven't read far ahead enough, but I figured there'd probably be a way to split the difference.
Yeah, the swashbuckler has something called panache, where you have to do something to qualify to get panache. And once you have it, then special things are unlocked. You get to do your finisher, which does lots of extra damage, does reliable damage, which is nice. Like it does damage even on a miss, which is great. And then there's some things that will spend your panache, then you have to re-get it next turn, and on it goes.
Here's the question, because I'm noticing breastplate and chainmail appear to be functionally the same, aside from one being flexible and noisy and the other just being plate. And the cost difference. I'm assuming since breastplate costs more, it's just better.
I'm guessing probably.
Chainmail says is chain, flexible, and noisy, and I'm guessing that's bad.
Flexible and noisy. What's flexible?
Doesn't hinder most actions. You don't apply its check penalty to acrobatics or athletics.
Okay.
Flexible is what happens when you're young.
A noisy.
and you lose.
It's for stealth.
Yeah, armor check penalty applies to stealth checks, even if you meet the required strength score. Oh yeah, so there's a check penalty listed right there as well.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm starting simple,
Oh.
man. I got leather armor on. I'm a ranger with leather armor on.
Buckler.
I got a bow, a sword, and a dagger.
Exploding shield.
Couple daggers. Keeping it simple.
Ah,
I would
iron.
if I may suggest that we all keep it fairly simple for now.
For expediency's sake, if nothing else.
Yeah, so we can play a thing, but we can always, like Ian said, if we want to like retcon some stuff or tool around with some stuff after, you're cool with that.
Yeah, you'll definitely, after sort of this first introductory adventure, you'll have some time to
Very good, very good.
go around town and shop. And if you need to change out gear or feats or whatever, everything's fair game.
Yeah.
Now, how do I get rid of everything?
But my
Because I just found
feet don't
kits.
hurt.
Okay, there we go. And the kit will apparently give armor and everything that you might need. So,
It does, yes.
rather than me
handy.
trying to manage my money, I'm just going to buy a kit.
Hey Ian,
Mhm.
so while we're here, so as my Class feat. I have animal companion.
Ooh, boy.
So how do I find an animal? How do I
That's a great question. Let me read up
I
on
know
the
there's-
old ranger.
there's a pets spot, but it says that's unlocked in the fully unlocked version of this app, so I can't add a pet.
All right. That's fine. See animal companions on page 214. You got it. Hooray for cross references. Animal companions are loyal comrades, blah, blah, blah. Base statistics. Oh boy. All right.
If it's too crunchy, I can just say that he's not with me, or it's not with me at the moment or something. But for our first session,
Oh man, a dueling cape. Heck yeah.
I did see that. If I have any left over, I might come back for that.
Oh, dude, you have to have the dueling cape.
I do have to have the dueling cape. I just need to make
as
sure
a
that I
buckle
don't have to-
swasher, yeah.
I just need to make sure I don't kill any darlings first, because I need cookware because I'm a cook. I need thieves' tools because those are always just good to have.
Interesting.
I'm going with the adventurers pack over the swashbucklers kit because that thing is like 10 gold by itself.
Holy smokes, handcuffs are expensive. Handcuffs cost the same amount as full plate mail. How does that make any sense?
What?
Handcuffs cost 30 gold.
Oh boy.
Made out of adamantium. It's like
So, Greg, for your animal companion, if you go to, I'm going to send you a link in the Discord
A heated cloak.
because this will just be faster. This should take-
Luxury.
So this is the whole thing on animal companions, and if you scroll down to a bit on this page, there's a whole table of animal companions. You know what type you want to grab?
let's see what there are. Yeah, an ape. Can have an ape. That's awesome. Yeah, I want a wolf.
Wolf.
That's
easy.
because yes.
Oh, perfect. There is a stat block for the wolf. I can just put this into Roll20 for you.
Sorry, Trillian. Perhaps I oughter, but I got to stick with the wolf because it fits my character.
All right. Is everyone pretty much done with their purchases?
Wolf.
I still have a
You
couple
know
gold
what?
left
Yeah.
over, but yeah, I am.
So that's pretty much it for character creation. Then we've done stats and feats and skills and gear.
Nope. We can learn some of it as we go too. Right?
Learning.
I'm learning.
What do you say? What does everyone feel? Are you going to want to transcribe this stuff into Roll20, or do you want to work from the PDF that this thing generates? Or
I'm
I think
gonna
that-
go PDF from this thing personally. But
Yeah, just in the interest of
Because I was-
keeping things moving.
moving, because the other way we could just jump to break. Everyone can enter in their stuff, and then we'll come back and start. Or we can start now.
Oh, so
All right,
you can
let's
just go up to the menu and click. Oh, okay.
Actually, a break might give Devin and I a chance to like pick out some icons for our characters, but
Oh yeah, we'll get the tokens and stuff sorted out. So we'll do a quick break now, and we'll get Roll20 ready. I'll get the wolf banged in for you as well, and we'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll get the adventure started.
yes, go find that past.
We'll be back.
Cool. How do I?
Hey, Elderbrain Collective. If you've been enjoying our live stream D&D campaign and want to support us, There are many ways you can do just that, and we would be super grateful. Seriously, it'd be awesome. First, of course, make sure you're following us on Twitch. Once we get our 50 followers goal, we can make our stream even better with subscriber perks. Then, be sure to follow our Twitter account. Subscribe to our YouTube channel where we post stream VODs as well as additional content coming soon. Of course, you can listen to audio transcripts of our stream on Podbean if that's your preference. Of course, you'll miss out on our handsome faces, but you get our incredible voices, so it's pretty good. You want to hang out with the collective and chat D&D and, well, everything else? Head over to our Discord server. It's open to anyone who wants to join. Finally, we've just launched our Patreon page, which is the optimum and best way to support us. That's redundant, optimum is best. Each tier gets you additional perks, including exclusive Discord emotes, monthly digital content, behind-the-scenes info and creature stats, and, for the truly faithful, you can even gain power over the PCs in-game, live on stream, and have an impact on what happens next. I think that's pretty awesome. We'd love your support. You can find the links to all of our sites on our Linktree. Check out linktr.ee/elderbrain, Linktree/elderbrain. We hope to see you joining us soon as a member of the collective. Happy gaming, everyone.
Whispers in the window are angry waves. Way ho, the sea of souls. Down to the mists as the ocean slaves. Way ho, the sea of souls. Hey ho, the sea of souls. Way ho, the sea of souls. Oyster sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Oh, way ho, the sea of souls. Way ho, the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Sea of souls.
Greetings, wary travelers. My name is Mike, and I will be playing the role of Dinar Neurixius, Dragonborn wizard on the Sea of Souls. Allow me to get into character and we can learn a little bit more about this pale golden dragon. Being chosen is supposed to be a good thing. Chosen by the gods to serve a purpose. However, it can mean facing a life alone. I was born in our homeland, Drakor, in the east. And though these scales are supposed to be a blessing, I was reviled by so many. I could see their jealousy, could feel their stares. My own people shunned me, and so I left. I still drew stares when I arrived in Stormhaven. It's hard to miss these scales. But the dwarves were far more accepting of me. I learned I could put my magic to good use out on the seas, so I served aboard a ship, adding my arcana to their arsenal. Maybe one day I'll return home. Maybe they will welcome me as Verithan's champion. Or at least, as kin. For now, though, life among the Gungrim is good. I am used to standing out here, used to towering over this good folk. But what they lack in size, they make up for in heart.
Hi, I'm Ian, and I play the goblin Flick Dogslicer, an Eldritch Knight fighter. Once upon a time, there was a goblin named Flick. That's me.
He was a good egg, but as a recently emancipated man, he didn't necessarily have the firmest grasp on the rules of free society, and often ended up on the wrong side of the law. So anyway, I'm in this back alley, minding my own business, rooting through the trash, when this old guy in a blue dress and a big floppy hat with stars and crap all over it comes out of nowhere screaming, "Oh my god, it's a goblin," and starts shooting fire out of his hands at me. So I shanked him. I didn't mean to kill him per se, but, heat of the moment and all that. Now even I knew how this would play out with the guard, so I'm looking for a quick escape. But this old guy didn't even have the courtesy of carrying a coin purse, just this big stupid book. So, yoink, and I beat feet to the pier and sign aboard the first ship that's looking for crew. Long story short, with enough time and patience, even a bozo like me can figure out a little magic from that big old book. I joined a good crew and enjoy my life as a seafaring mercenary, trying to keep ahead of the law and maybe make a coin or two for myself. The end. By Flick.
Greetings, tale seekers and story watchers. I am Devon, medieval enthusiast and D&D veteran since my 11th birthday when I received the 3rd edition starter set. Led to a bit of a collection. I will be playing the part of Tayland Wavesinger, human bard and mariner, master of the weaponized sea shanty. Oh, it'd be alright if the wind was at our sails. Tayland is a man slowly being consumed by his own faults. He drinks far too much, and has quite a ruthless disposition against those he dislikes. But he still tries to do what's right when he can. As for his goals, well, I'll let him tell you. Oh, me name is Tayland Wavesinger, and I quickly tell to you of a man that I am a-hunting across the ocean blue, with power over the sea and sky. Believe me when I say that when I finally find the bastard, it'll be his last day.
In Xanadu did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree, where Alf, the sacred river, ran through caverns measureless to man. Down to a sunless sea.
Torque is a Tortle barbarian, presumed to be the sole survivor of the Loggerhead tribe. Even by Tortle standards, Torque is a taciturn individual, never deigning to use 5 words where 2 will suffice, and as such has been less than forthcoming in sharing his personal history with his compatriots. What is known of Torque is that he was discovered on a remote island by a passing merchant vessel, having apparently been marooned there for some years in the wake of a shipwreck which destroyed the rest of his tribe. It is for this reason that Torque holds a special reverence for Desfuna, goddess of the ocean, whom he believes spared his life in the ocean storm that decimated his kin. Having spent the better part of a decade in near total isolation, Torque is unfamiliar with the ways of the modern world, and his social skills are somewhat lacking. It is perhaps for this reason that he has chosen to align himself with allies who are blessed in the gift of gab, as he continues on his pilgrimage, the destination of which is unknown even to himself. Hi everyone, my name is Jack, and I am not a professional voice actor or performer by any means. However, I do have a serious passion for tabletop RPGs, and I hope that you enjoy this upcoming game as much as we're going to enjoy playing it.
So I'm glad that we found the path, guys. I mean, that's
We already made that joke.
the end of
It's
it.
never going to get old, is it? Welcome back. We've got most of our stuff banged into Roll20. We'll probably continue to do some data entry and corrections as we go, but we figured we should probably, yeah, we'll get into some adventure and stuff because, that's what everyone's here for.
What are my hit points?
Hit points are next to the AC shield.
Oh, okay. I see them.
Sorry, children. We cast Find the Path from the other game, and we.
All right.
And then we lined it with shrubberies.
All right. Let's put aside the paperwork for just a minute, and we'll just get into the mode here. So the scene opens on a lush tropical island, one of the largest amongst many here in the Imperium Isles. Nestled in a bay along the southern coast of this island is Central, the operational nexus of what passes for leadership in this parts, the Imperium. They're a council of the richest merchants and scoundrels and shady operators here in the Isles. So not exactly the
Hasbro?
Yeah. They're not really the building infrastructure and welfare state kind of government, but they've established a safe haven for like-minded individuals out to make a few silver pieces. Central itself is a town of a couple thousand souls, and it's a picturesque jumble of whitewashed buildings with primary colored rooftops, as you see behind, something like the Greek island of Santorini. Has a busy harbor with ships and boats of all sizes coming to and fro. It's a busy port with lots of stuff going on, lots of places to get lost, to hide what you want to do, or find what you need. The more important politics and geography for the four of you, however, was finding a table amid the bustle of the midday crowd here at Landlubber's Bar and Grill. You comprise the newly hired crew of the salvage ship Persephone under Captain Nikolai, and you are currently awaiting his deckhand, an elven woman named Jessie, to return with your signing bonus, lunch.
That's pretty good signing.
All right,
bonus.
swabs, she announces as she emerges from the throng. She's got sort of a platter of seafood sort of over her head, and she's expertly dodging and weaving her way. She's been here before at lunchtime, you can tell. She drops the platter on the table in front of you. I'm heading back to Persephone to start prepping for our departure. Finish up your grub, get yourselves to Docking Bay 94 at the new pier, and we'll see what use we can make with the rest of the day. We've got a few hours of daylight left. We'll see what we can do. And with that, she sort of pushes away through the crowd and disappears out into the street. So you've been given instructions, get to the ship, Docking Bay 94 at the new pier. And you've been given lunch. So now that we have sort of finalized, or hope mostly finalized the characters, and we'll just go around the horn again. So now that we know who everyone is, we'll start with, I see Mike's character is on the left here. So Mike, let's introduce your character.
All right. I am playing Lee Am Holdenbroggle. Anybody that tries to call him Liam is going to get a little look into. It's Lee Am Holdenbroggle. I am a halfling nomad, a nomadic halfling, if you will. Alchemist. Lee Am tries to make himself look maybe a little bit bigger than he actually is. Got the nice big coat and the big tricorn hat. He classic sailor garb. And he's got a nice little holster of flasks and bombs across his chest for ease of access.
Full-on bandolier of bombs.
Bandolier, thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, bandolier. Yep.
Great.
Bandolier.
All right, Jack, why don't you tell us about Slippery Phil? Is there anything more to fill in there?
At the corner of the table, you see a diminutive green creature. I imagine being kind of like a tree frog in terms of like how, like what species he looks like. He's dressed in a very traditional sort of musketeer outfit with the wide brimmed hat with a purple feather sticking out of it, and a velvet purple cape draped over one shoulder. He has one hand just resting kind of lazily on the hilt of his rapier, and with the other one, he has a cup of tea in hand, and he's just sort of taking a deep breath, just savoring the aroma as he's just like, as this is what it means to travel, taking in the culture, the local cuisine. This is why we do what we do, mon frère.
Of course he's French.
Slippery feel. Very good. Why don't you we'll move on to Aid and Wolf.
All right. So my character, his full name is Alain de Corel. But since most people can't pronounce it properly in Elvish, he simply says to call him Aid or Wolf because he's known as the Blue Wolf. He wears full leather armor, hood always up. He's got dark black and blue, like battle paint, if you would, like war paint, kind of obscuring his eyes. And he wears a face mask always at all times, covering his face, so nobody really knows his identity. He doesn't show to anybody. He's got little bits of sort of like animal trophies, like fur and feathers and stuff, kind of decorating him. And at his side, as always, is his trusty companion, his wolf, whose name is Boss. And rather than eat anything from lunch, he just kind of picks out good bits and just is like giving it to Boss. And he says nothing. He's very silent and just kind of not brooding silent, just contemplative, just kind of sitting, picking some bits, feeding them to Boss.
Gotcha. All right. And finally, Devin, tell us about Sir, I don't want to pronounce this. You pronounce it, Sir Knight.
Sir Salueni, the Golden Sun, bedecked in breastplate befitting that of the holy sigil of the sun, the steel shield and a large 1.5-hand bastard sword sheathed. His glowing eyes search the dark rooms, clearly checking for any ne'er-do-wells or scoundrels of the like, unbothered by the shadows that mark the darkness. He has long, flowing blonde hair that accentuates his pale features nicely, steely blue eyes with a hint of gold flecks that seem to emit a light of their own. Clean-shaven, stern face, and yet a soft brow befitting the kindness that no doubt eschews from his countenance. You can't help but feel as though he'd be just as easy to have a drink with you as he would be to smite you down.
Well, then,
Jolly sailor type.
Let us be glad that you chose the one and not the other, no?
So long as you maintain your composure, I see no reason we can't be comrades in arms.
You know, Frere, if you were to take off the mask, you would probably be able to enjoy some of this food yourself. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but though while my cooking is quite good, I wouldn't want you to get sick of it when we're on the sea.
It is important that a soldier never remove their helmet unless absolutely necessary. You never know what dangers lurk in the shadows of the corners of the darkest pits.
I feel the same way about my suit. You never know when you'll need to make a good impression.
A polished suit of armor that glistens in the dawning light of the child that gazes above us is always going to be far more superior in eschewing kindness from strangers. And bringing about kindness from strangers than threads.
Phil's just gonna lean into Liam and be like, I think we need to find his how you say off button.
Yeah, he's a little intense, isn't he?
Well, I mean, I suppose when you're on the sea, it's exactly this kind of person that you want, but some people just can't get the hang of shore leave.
There are many upon the seas who seek to use its gift as a way to steal from others. It is the swords of people like me which prevent them from enacting such prescriptives upon the honest and hard-working folk.
At this point, Phil just has like he's just like cooling off his soup, just blowing on. He's like, yes, proscriptives and all that. Yes, Trayvon.
Perfect. So, yes, you chatter a bit amongst yourselves. You definitely hear the hustle and bustle around you. The lunchtime crowd is diverse and noisy. There seems to be a fair group of regulars here. You guys may not all hail from this particular town. You might have come into port, looking for fortune. This seems to be the town of opportunity. So you were drawn here one way or another. Is there anything else you want to do other than finishing your lunches before you head off to the Persephone?
Curious as to just kind of feeling out his compatriots at the moment in Elvish or Elven. Aid just starts to kind of speak, seeing if any of his three fellows pick up what he's saying. He just kind of Tuangala van body Tuastakam de Fedibaste.
Liam does speak Elvish as a nomad. It's one of the many languages that he knows. So
you hear Aid say, speaking to Boss, I cannot help but wonder if they speak this much all the time, or if there will be any moments of silence.
Do you choose to respond, or are you just going to just slot that one away?
I think Liam is going to just kind of tip his hat and maybe touch one of the corners while making direct eye contact with Aid.
I give a nod and respect back, like.
As you say that, one of the rowdier lunchtime crowd sort of leans an arm around you and says, nice and noisily, and just beer breath in your face, in Elvish, says, if you're looking for quiet, the place you got to go is the City of Flying Clouds. Due here soon. It's going to be great. I gotta go. And stumbles off towards the exit.
Look at that, the masked one. He is opening up already. You see how he's already made a friend?
In broken common, not broken, but like he doesn't. Aid tries not to speak much at all, and he prefers Elvish. So when he does speak common, it's like you can tell it's not common on his tongue. Do any of you know the City of Flying Clouds? That is what that one said to me.
That's a great question.
That is a great question.
Is there something I can roll for that?
You sure can. Let's have everyone roll a society check and see what
A society check.
I'm not much a fan of clouds. They block the glorious face that is our Lord.
I've got a +1 to that. I'm gonna roll physical dice tonight because my girlfriend got me some nice liquid core dice for Christmas, and I'm looking for opportunities
for cheating with.
Oh, you know me. You
got
really
to
think someone would
10.
go on the internet and tell lies? So with my modifier, that's a 13 total.
10, 13.
Society is one of the things that Liam is trained in. So I rolled a 19. I got a 25.
Oof.
Yep.
So you definitely know. The others have no idea.
Okay.
The City of Flying Clouds is an elvish. It is a flying city, an elvish flying city. Are you trained in Arcana?
No.
Do you have occultism?
No.
All right. It is an elvish flying city
It is an elvish flying city. Okay.
that visits various places around the globe. And when it arrives, it's usually a time of celebration. There's increased trade. They've always got exotic things from faraway places because it sort of follows a path around and follows a specific route. And so they've got stuff from faraway places, and it's an opportunity for trade, as well as there's usually some sort of gala or celebration with the local muckety mucks who go up to the city and have a big party. So it costs a hell of a lot of money, but if you can score a trip to the flying city, it's sort of a once in a lifetime. Like it's Disneyland plus, right? Like it's huge to go up there. And but even while it is around, there is definitely spill off celebration on land side as well, because basically people from the city will do shore leave more or less at every port. So yeah, but it also doesn't come around very often. Like hard to pick out exactly what the pattern is, but the fact that it's due soon is a reason for anticipation with everyone, because it's going to be a festival week kind of thing.
Well, I will relay that to the party.
Sounds magnifique. Perhaps we should be so lucky that our Capitan would have business there, no? One can dream.
I think dream is the correct word there, friend.
Well, until the opportunity arises, I will be content with my lot in life. If we have food this good and company this amenable, then we must be doing something right, no?
Lunch is pretty good payment.
Yep.
You should try the calamari. We're by the water, so you know it's authentic. In some places I know they make it out of a pig's butt.
I usually prefer to hunt my own food, but well, I'm sure there will be good fish at sea.
Well, we'll see if I can get you to try my cooking yet, no? Tell you what, whatever you catch, I shall clean and dress for you. No extra charge.
Take it
What
as
is your
no offense. It's just when you live in the wilds away from finery, cooking is usually just heating and cleaning, eating for sustenance.
Well,
And
that is usually all it is, but that's not all it has to be. The very reason I left my swamp was because I knew that there was a whole world out there of culinary possibilities for me to try.
Thank you for the
That's
Final
why
Fantasy IX reference there.
It just sort of slipped out. What can I say?
what would be your specialty in the kitchen?
Well, back in the swamp, we did have a handful of specialty dishes. Over time, I've modified the recipes a bit with some spices and herbs I found on my travels, but the core ingredients have remained mostly unchanged. I'm afraid I cannot divulge, however, as my family would be quite disappointed if I was giving away their secrets.
The unknowable herbs and spices.
Yes, there's 11 of them in total.
I was gonna say KFC. Oh man.
I hope that your family continues to excel in their endeavors, to continue feeding their fellows.
I should hope so. I mean, the money that I send back to them every month should be holding strong, or else what am I doing here, no?
What a wondrous gift you have given to those who have raised you. Surely you are deserving of the grace of the Lord's light.
Well, I am certainly flattered by that. If your God smiles upon me, then I must be doing something right with my life, no?
When standing upon the deck of a ship, there is little else that will smile upon you but the Lord's light. Take solace in that.
In Elvish, I lean over to Liam and go, I thought I was going to be the gloomy one.
Nah, there's plenty of gloomy people around here.
One
Not
of
me,
these
Phil,
days,
though.
one of these days, one of you is going to forget to respond in Elvish.
Yeah.
And I shall die as one of them. What?
So yes, Devin, your deity, his name is Seng, Seng,
Seng.
and his sister is Senglia, and she is his twin sister, the Dark Child. Light and dark, she's a nasty one. He's a good boy. They're all part of
Siblings,
a.
am I
There is a generally it's a pantheon that is sort of worshipped as a whole, but yes, people will have specific patrons that they follow. But they generally worship the pantheon under Morven is the sort of the Odin figure of them.
Morven?
Yes, it's Morven time. It's true.
I was just saying that's unfortunate.
More than a feeling.
So when Sir Saliwini, offers music to his god, is it a sing song?
Or sing along. Yes, that would also
A
work.
sing along.
All right.
Sang a song.
So you guys finish up your wonderful seafood platter here at the Landlubber's Bar and Grill. And unless there's anything else you want to do here, you can make your way to the pier, to the new pier. And actually, let's just, we'll move one map over first. Put
Yay! I'm up.
new maps. Tokens on here so everyone can see.
Very nice.
Ew.
Oh, actually, I'll move the tokens off of the legend so you can see what everything is in town.
There we go. Ah, the smoke square. Yes.
So yes, you guys are in a restaurant off of the smoke square, or sorry, that's a fountain square where you are.
Fountain
The
square.
smoke square is kind of the blacksmithing quarter.
Ah. Okay.
Fountain square, obviously there's a big old fountain in the middle of the square here. That's why it's. So you're relatively close to the new pier, which is at number 9. So not too far away.
Not to be confused with Pier 1.
The new pier and the west pier. They didn't think of naming it the east pier.
Oh, there is an east pier as well.
Oh, there is. That's right.
There is, yeah.
And there's already a central pier.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's gonna be called the new pier forever then, I guess.
Yeah. Probably not even its official name, but it's what everyone calls it. So,
And then the magic one that comes and goes, they just call
so yes, this gives you a sense of the scope of the place that you're in. So it's got some amenities, but it's not the largest metropolis you've ever been to, or you've ever heard of. At least might be some of the biggest city that the swamp frog has ever seen, but
Also, probably for 8 as well. Well, I've seen cities. I tend to avoid them. So
From a distance.
I don't understand why.
From a
Cities are
dis-
teeming with all sorts of interesting folk
All right.
and low lives needing a good right smack upside the head.
I think at that Liam kind of ducks a little bit. We're all of us are upright, upstanding citizens. Yes.
Absolutely.
Of course.
As you are traveling across
Bus stands on full
city,
legs.
this is a good time to mention that you were in downtime mode. So that is things are measured basically in the scope of days. It's when you can do things like retraining abilities, learning new spells, lots of long distance travel you can kind of handle with downtime mode if there's no threat and it's just burning off distance. A lot of the ritual spells are also sort of covered in a downtime mode activity because they tend to span days. So things like a resurrection will actually take a couple of days to do.
That makes sense, actually.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's a lot of sort of downtime activities that you can do. And it's a lot of the stuff that you tend to hand wave sort of between adventure segments.
Laundry, dishes.
Yeah, exactly. Get all that stuff done in the downtime. And then
Smiting evil.
you're now moving from downtime into exploration mode.
Hey.
And in exploration mode, you have a number of different activities you can choose from if you.
And I imagine rangers are great.
So, and this is sort of your default adventuring mode is while you're in exploration mode. So normally everyone is always similar to everyone getting proficiency in perception. Everyone is assumed to be on the lookout. So that's your default. While you're in exploration mode, you're going to be defaulting to doing perception. But if there's other things that you want to do while you are in exploration mode, like scout ahead or detect magic or move faster or move slower or whatever you want to be doing, there's a whole list of exploration mode activities that I'm going to paste into the Discord chat.
In our path builder thing too, if you go to actions, and then you can like check off boxes to show just the exploration.
Oh, perfect.
In there as well. So if you uncheck things and then just have the expiration checked, whatever it would show.
So as you guys are heading across town, is there anything you want to be doing? Not really an exploration activity, but I figured we'd just give it a whirl. If there's anything that jumps out that you want to be doing while you're in transit from the pub to the pier.
Well, it looks like most things require us to move at half speed. So assuming we don't want to do
have a boat to
that.
catch.
That's true. All right, so we'll assume just standard.
Well, we can either hustle then.
Oh.
Because that
Yeah,
allows us to move
we
at
want
double
to
speed.
hustle.
Like I don't see us needing to do much in the city if we've been here this whole time.
Yeah.
And there likely isn't horrible murderers waiting around every corner. Because I have of course removed such obstacles.
Perfect. In that case, we move right along. It seems I find my map tab.
Right then, everyone. Let
Well,
us
just
move
right
with the
along.
haste of the rays following the sun.
Centered.
Oh, I'm sure we won't need this much information on a map. Hey, those boats look familiar.
Yeah, they might.
Hey.
Did you
I was
happen
gonna
to
say the same
purchase
thing.
those on an online store where you can buy a bunch of really cool ships to import into your Roll20 games, Ian?
Sure did. These might be Craig specials.
They may indeed be my
I
ships that you can pick up at DM's Guild or
I gotta say,
Drive Through RPG.
if only I could have recorded the faces of my players when they hopped onto a ship and I presented them with that on the screen. There was a certain amount of impressment and I would say joy on their faces.
These aren't even the new ones. These are these are the Ghost of Salt Marsh accurate ships.
Yeah, with the mangonels.
Yeah. Ooh.
And I think I modified one of them to put the upper deck because I think it had the cabin exposed on the one. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Whatever. So yes, you arrive at Pier 94, and you see Persephone is moored where Jesse said it would be, but there is trouble afoot. Jesse is slumped on the deck with a goblin standing on her neck.
Oh.
There are two more goblins who have a man you assume is the captain, Nikolai. He's on his knees. They've got one goblin on each arm, and there's a last goblin who's sort of right in his face. And he is just in the middle of like a spittle-soaking rant as he's just shouting into Nikolai's face. And yet, here you are stinking up our dock. You was told to keep out Nikolai. You was told. And you was told this would happen. I almost feel sorry for you, you big dummy, he mutters as he rears up and he's got this just wicked, it's this curved, jagged little knife that he's about to cut open Nikolai's belly with. And that's when the other goblins notice you guys coming down and you're like, see you approaching the ship, and they sort of they gesture towards you. And they see the group.
Oh, there. There seems to be a disagreement going upon this dock. Perhaps we may intercede.
This ain't your problem, round ears. Get lost.
I am afraid the spilling of blood on public property is everyone's problem.
Very slowly pulling an arrow out.
That's how it's got to be. We're going to roll initiative because these
Yay!
All right.
I gave them a chance to back down. You all saw it.
All right.
Seems the choice has been made for us. Gentlemen, Alonzi.
I believe, let me pop up the initiative over here. I'm going to be rolling. What? Aid was doing something fun. I'm going to let Aid roll a stealth check for your initiative because you're trying to sneakily get ready to fight.
Yeah, basically just trying to be like, I'm trying to get the arrow ready to just be like ready to shoot
so
right away.
I'll let you roll stealth for your initiative.
All right.
Everyone else can roll perception.
Ooh.
The mean goblin is going to roll intimidate. Everyone else.
So that is a 19 plus 7 stealth for 26.
Wow.
Very nice.
So I rolled really bad. I rolled a 2 because I am not actually trained in intimidate on this goblin. That's awesome. Okay.
I got a 10 for a total of 16.
Okay, hang on a second.
He is ready to go. I guess should my wolf roll as well?
Yes, probably. So sorry, you got how much, Greg?
26.
26.
I have plus 7 to stealth and I rolled a 19. So
And slippery fills was how much?
16.
16. Let's see, Sir Sal. And 11. And then Liam got what?
Natural 20 for a total of 25.
hey.
25. Very nice.
Well, hold on, Mike.
Yep.
You're near the top of the initiative order.
And I'm a damage dealer.
What?
That's proof that this is already a better game.
Yep.
Well, Aid definitely got the jump on everyone. You were Mr. Sneaky Pants, apparently. You got that arrow out and knocked before they even noticed.
Sorry, what do I roll for boss? What is it?
Not trained in perception, so I think he just gets just roll whatever his dexterity bonus is. So
Okay, so +3 to dex.
+3. Yeah.
That's a 5, so 8.
Actually, he should get perception. So we'll add well, assume he's at least trained. So we'll add 3 to that.
He's
So
got
we'll add-
he's got survival. It says he's trained in.
yeah. He should have. I think everyone gets perception. So
Oh.
I'll add him in at 11. We'll figure that out next time.
Okay.
Okay. But 8 is definitely first. So on your turn, you have 3 actions.
Mhm.
And there is a handy reference of all your actions in combat.
Quite handy indeed.
Got that.
So the basic actions: stride, that's move your speed; strike, that's make a weapon attack; casting a spell often takes 1 or more actions; stepping, that's only moving 5 feet, but it doesn't trigger reactions; raising your shield requires an action, otherwise you don't benefit from it. Good to know. I should point out, speaking of reactions, only about 10% of creatures actually have attack of opportunity as one of their reactions.
Oh,
So feel free to move around a lot more than you would have in a 5e game. Most stuff will not be able to do anything with it. People have other reactions they might be able to do, but not everyone has opportunity attack. There's other stuff in the uncommon basic actions section. Like delaying is something that doesn't appear in 5e, where you can basically just say, I'm going to wait until another point in the initiative order to jump back in because you got the jump on them, but there's nothing to do.
All right.
do you
Where
dictate
do I see
when?
the range for my longbow here? I don't know where I can the range.
Range for your longbow.
I don't see range on it here.
Oh yeah, I don't have that for my sling either.
Oh, let me see. Longbow. Range increment is 100 feet. It also has the volley property.
Yeah.
Craig,
What's
click on
that?
options above your longbow if you're still in the builder.
Yeah.
Yeah, so click options, and then if you scroll down where it says
Oh,
price
I see
bulk,
it, okay.
hands, group, sling,
Yeah. Okay.
longbow.
100 feet. Yeah.
And then
Okay.
range.
So the volley property says you actually are at a slight disadvantage if you're attacking at really close range.
Yeah.
Because
So
it's an arced shot, basically. So anything within 30 feet, you take a -2 penalty because of volley.
Yeah. So I'm outside of 30 feet. I'm gonna just so the one that's this guy.
Mhm.
Wait. I'm gonna shoot. So one action. So it's a strike. I'm assuming that's to make my attack.
Mhm.
There's one action. All right. So I'm just gonna stay where I am, and that arrow that I'm pulling out, I'm just gonna right away. I'm just gonna take a shot.
All right, let's see it.
Limited blam. So this is a +7. That's a 15 plus 7 to hit, so 22.
That is a hit.
And
We
this
will talk
is-
about critical hits in a moment. Once one happens.
Okay. So I'm making him my what is it? My prey or whatever it is.
Your bitch.
So I'm gonna use my hunter's edge on this
Jesus,
for an
Dan.
additional 1d8.
Does that take an
That-
action to do as well?
Probably. I don't know.
Was it a spell?
Hunter's edge.
Wait. Oh yeah. So to hunt prey. To designate a single creature as your prey. So that takes an action. So I designate him as my prey.
Perfect.
So he's my prey, and then I'm so on this attack, I get double damage on it. Do I add it? It says 1d8 piercing. Do I add
So an
1d8
additional one.
plus?
Yeah. Plus your weapon damage.
Wow.
No, but I mean, like, so the damage that I roll is it 1d8? Like, is it plus dex? Is it plus,
Oh,
or is it just the damage?
on a bow, I think it's just damage.
Okay. All right. So that's 7 plus 4 from a hunter's edge. So that's 11 piercing damage.
That's really good. Drops it low.
I'm glad we're on the same page because 11 sounded like it was a lot. So
And then, so I still have one action left.
Okay, that goblin's super dead.
Oh, sweet. So then my second, if I have one more action, can I take another shot?
Okay, so this is where we're going to talk about the multi-attack penalty.
Okay.
So for your second shot on a turn, you're going to be at a -5.
Oh.
Ah, okay.
And your third shot will be at -10.
Oh, wow.
So if you take all 3 actions, you can take 3 attacks.
Okay.
But the third one's super penalized. So there's usually something better you can do with that third action. Taking 2 shots is not a bad idea. And you have already spent 1 action to
Yeah. So
Right.
I will stride then.
Yep.
And I can move up to 35 feet. So let's see, 5. I'm just gonna move to like the edge of this building here.
Yep.
And just kind of take a look around.
Perfect. So you used your hunter's edge quarry thing. You shot a guy and you moved.
Yes.
3 actions. You are done.
I kind of feel like visibly, like for visual, the goblin's head just like is like watermelon. Yeah.
Spray and gray matter all over poor Captain Nikolai, but
They're just and it's
but
like
his
now
right
sticking
arm
in
is
the side
free.
of the boat.
All right, Liam is up.
All right.
What is the throwing range on your bombs?
Well, that's
Assuming
what.
you're a bombers guy.
are you gonna throw a bomb?
Well, the bombs have splash damage, so that's the only thing. So I wasn't going to start with a bomb. I was going to see if
So
the
make sure they don't
goblins
go in
would
the water.
scatter.
I'm only gonna throw a bomb if we get into absolute disaster territory.
I could throw a bomb here and splash 2 of them. Oh, I guess I'd still get Nikolai.
Yeah. Now,
It's the
I
water,
mean,
you get extra splash.
I'm just thinking, like, in terms of like realistic practicality, if anyone would ever throw a bomb at a hostage situation.
and that's what I was thinking.
Alchemist,
Yeah.
it's not like he's hucking like a lit stick of dynamite though, right? It's more like he's throwing like a flask.
Like, don't worry, I know the
Yeah,
exact.
it's Molotov
last
cocktail. It's not a dynamite stick. It's perfectly fine.
I'm just saying, there's like a scale to these things.
So this,
There's
I don't see anything on any of my mentions of bombers stuff here, but if I was to take a look at a different feat, so I could have chosen Far Lobber. Instead, I chose Quick Bomber. Far Lobber says it has a range increment of 30 feet instead of the usual 20 feet. So I'm assuming that means that my normal bomb throwing distance is 20 feet.
20. Yep.
Even though
that
I don't
sounds
see
fine.
that anywhere. So I'm going to go... I'm not going to do that. Instead, Liam is going to... What can Liam move? He can move 25. So he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and get to there. And he's going to pull out his sling to strike with.
Ooh, nice.
And we are going to strike with the sling. So let's roll that. Good job rolling, Sling, or not rolling at all. Do I have to press something else? +5. There we go. Okay. That's a terrible roll. That's a 3 + 5 for a total of 8 to hit.
That is a miss.
That makes sense. Not wanting to be outdone by the very tall and quiet elf, Liam will load again for a second strike. So this is a -5.
Yep.
So I'm just rolling this at 0. And I was almost a 17. Instead, it's just an 8. Another 8.
So rocks going into the water over the ship, but not finding the mark. All righty. Goblin warrior.
It was a valiant attempt.
I guess he's going to, what's my speed? My speed is 25. Huh. How far away you? You're 35. I'm going to plug you with my short bow. Ow. Does a 12 hit you, Liam?
A 12 does not hit me.
Well, that's unfortunate. My short bow is reload 0. So I'm going to try and plug you again with shot number 2. How about a 20? Does a 20 hit you?
20 will hit. Yep.
All right. So you take 4 piercing damage. Does it
Ow.
hit you by 10? I guess it doesn't. Because if it hits you by 10 or more, then it becomes a critical hit, regardless of what I rolled on the die.
Oh, interesting. No, my AC is 17.
Okay. So I just barely squeaked one in.
So how much damage was that? Sorry, it was
4.
4. Okay.
Then with my last action, I might just, not measure, move. And I do. I'm going to go 1, 2. He's going to jump into the boat. So he's got a little bit of cover because of the sides of the boat, and he's a short goblin. So these 2 in the boat have cover, and we're up to Slippery Phil.
Okay.
So there's the
Let's
shouty one.
see.
Is that like your name? Like, are we allowed to call you Phil, or is it always Slippery Phil?
I mean, Phil for short, if need be.
Slip.
Phil for short.
Sly.
Might call you Slippy.
Yeah. I'm on your side, Einstein. And Falco says that. I'm a fake gamer. Anyway. Let's see. I can use one action to move 25. Whoa. To move 25 feet, right?
Do a barrel roll.
And then I can use another action to move another 25.
Mm-hmm.
Does that put me in range? No, not quite. Where was I to start? Here? Let me just try that again.
25, and then like.
Okay, once I'm in range there, from the depths of his cave, you'll just see him produce a length of corded rope with a wicked looking metal hook on the end, and then he's just gonna lash out and try to get this guy with my battle grapnel. Like grapnel.
Because that's a thing. All right.
That's amazing.
I could grapple this guy, but my athletics is not super hot, so
Gotta go
I
with
might
Jim.
I might just go for the damage. So this will be a +7 to hit. 14 total.
14 is a miss.
Really?
Wow.
Well, at least I've got their attention. That's all I can do. So I will move on from here.
All right. We're up to Bass the wolf.
All right. So he's got a speed of 25. So
Oh, I should point out, so Pathfinder rules for counting diagonals. The first one counts 5 feet. The second one counts 10 feet. So
Ah.
I see you 4th edition influence.
wait, sorry. Where did Wolfie go? Okay, so 25. I think for the moment, you can't really get much closer. So Bass is just going to kind of heal by aid and just be ready to. Once we get into melee or anything like that, he's just kind of holding back at the moment.
So if you want to like actually officially ready an action,
All right.
does that cost you 2 actions to ready?
Okay, and I did want to move. Yeah, so I will ready. If anything comes, busting out of a door or melee, whatever.
Yep.
Near him or aid, he will
Perfect.
attack.
I'll give you a pink dot of readying. And Sir Sal.
All right. Only my friends call me Sal. And many are my friends.
Hey, he's the GM. He's allowed to.
I guess. Oh, Jesus. I shall move 25 feet. Boy, that's painful. I would like to glare in disappointment at the goblin.
Glare.
I don't see that in the action economy here.
I don't see that.
And
Isn't there like a demoralize?
There is a demoralize, which I can do by glaring disappointingly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to shake
intimidation,
my
demoralize.
head and go tisk tisk and attempt to
so
demoralize this
let's
goblin.
read up on this. So, you're going to roll a what is this? Intimidate. This is going to be against my will DC. So, anytime that you're doing something like that against a creature, basically, I take rather than going against a specific defense or making me make a saving throw, you're still actively rolling the skill check, and then I look at my will saving throw and add 10 to the bonus, and that's my will DC. So you're rolling against my will save.
Okay.
Wow. I just got like a truck full of nostalgia slam into my brain when you said that. Holy cow. Okay.
All right.
There's
so-
those
All
endorphins.
right. That's cool. Okay. So I shall do my intimidation check now. Yes. I have a +5 to this. Oh, that's not so good.
That is not so good. You have failed. On a fail, nothing happens.
In fact, I think you
If
improved his
people become
morale.
frightened. If you'd critically succeeded, you would have been frightened too, which would have been even better.
Yes.
But-
Yes. I was hoping that he would see the error of his ways and choose life instead of death.
Looking down at his pierced
Also good to
companion.
point out, regardless of the result, the target is temporarily immune to your attempts to demoralize it for 10 minutes. So it's kind of a once per
Yes.
combat per target.
I shall continue approaching then.
All right, so you moved, you demoralized, and you moved. And
You
you're
have
done.
made your choice, goblin.
The dead one goes. Then, I guess I can move him from the betting order. That guy way over there. How far away are people? Oh, well, ain't that lucky with my 60-foot range increment. All right, he's going to take a shot at old Phil there. 10's not going to do it.
10 is not going to do it.
Second shot. 11 also not going to do it. But if I'd rolled that,
I'm just imagining Phil just doing little frog hops backwards as the arrows like land at his feet. He's like, oh, whoa, hey, hey. Sacre bear.
what else can I do? Yeah, there's not really a lot else to do. Maybe I will. You know what? This is that rare time I'm just gonna take the third shot because
You know what those goblins could do is realize that they have been propagating a long list of goblin stereotypes and that they should lay down their weapons and go and find employment at a reasonable establishment that is law abiding and can provide them a second chance at civilized life.
They could
Or
start
just
a
keep
law
shooting
firm,
arrows.
or-
Perhaps one
No,
called
that's
Twisted
6.
Knuckle, or
And I rolled a lot of 8s. All right. Last but not
Suits it all.
least is
shoot the
Mr.
door.
Mr. Spittlepants here. He's going to measure. No, he's going to move up to Slippery Phil. There's one action. And he's going to pull out his jagged little curved knife. It's called a dog slicer, in case you didn't know.
Hey.
It is
Wow.
slick.
There's a 25 hit.
Oh my
Wow,
goodness.
there's
Wow.
nothing I can do about that.
Does it hit you by 10 or more?
My AC is 18.
Okay, so
Holy poop.
just a hit. For 1 slashing, 1 damage, 1
Wow.
It hits you ish.
a bit. And then I will
Bon Dieu.
18 hits again for another 5 slashing.
Yep.
And we're back to the top of the order. Aid.
Okay. I just give a little to Bass to attack to get up by Slippery, filling them if need arises. To attack that goblin. My range. Oh, I can hit that guy.
All right, I will look. I'm assuming coverage is cover. Yeah, +2 to AC.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still gonna go for him.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make him I'm not gonna put my prey on him.
Okay.
I'm just gonna shoot. So here comes another arrow. It's 14 plus 7, so 21 to hit.
21 hits.
That will be 4 points of piercing damage.
All right, he is still up. He's hurt. He squeals as the arrow plunges into his foot as you arc it over the edge of the ship.
Okay. And I will make a second attack. So this is minus -5.
Yep.
So 15 plus 7, so 22, 17.
17 whang into the side of the ship.
Oof. Okay.
Cover is what did it for him.
Okay. This window, is it a window that's beside me or is it a door?
That is a big double door.
Big double door. Opening a door, is that free action, action?
Let's see.
Probably depends on the complexity of the door.
Probably an action.
Okay.
Because they are pretty big, like they're big, like sliding barn door kind of thing. So
Okay. So I have a third action. I was gonna open that door, but
so yes, you want to open the door?
yeah, because I'm just kind of curious. Like I don't want us to get ambushed at all. So
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of peek over and open the door
All right. So let me.
and just take a peek inside.
Go.
Oh. And do I see anything or anyone inside?
It is fishing supplies, there's like nets and buoys and
Oh,
some
shoot.
plank repairs.
I just realized I could have dodged that second attack with my reaction.
Oh no!
Well, we're still learning.
Yes.
Okay. I take note of the nets, and then I turn my attention back to the battle.
Good. Then Liam is up.
All right. Liam is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to there. And then we're going to go, he's going to keep going. So that was my first stride.
Mhm.
I'm going to stride a second time.
Good.
Does that mean this next diagonal would be 5 or 10?
Second diagonal will be 10.
So even though it's a different stride action.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That changes how I was going to move. So 5, 10,
I'm
15,
pretty sure.
20. 5. Can I hit that thing from there? No, I
Consult
can't.
Pythagoras.
All right. Well, if I don't use it, I'll regret it. So let's that's stride was an action. Quick alchemy says that I use. Oh shoot! What was I just looking at? Sorry, quick bomber. So I interact to draw a bomb, and then I strike with it. So is that 2 actions? Interact and then strike?
Normally it would be 2, but it sounds like quick bomber is making it into 1.
Okay. In that case, then I will pull out. Let's go with a alchemist.
Oh, I see. So just to explain, it has the interact keyword in there because that may trigger opportunity attacks of opportunity and things like that, so people can react when you do an interact next to them.
Oh, okay.
He's going for bomb.
Okay.
But there's no bad guys next to you, so you're good.
All right, then
Bomb on the bus.
I am going to pull out an alchemist fire
Very good.
bomb, and I'm going to chuck it at the goblin that is closest to me right here, right in front of Slippery Phil. It says
Okay.
alchemist fire is a combination of volatile liquids that ignite when exposed to air. Alchemist fire deals the listed fire damage, persistent fire damage, and splash damage. Many types grant an item bonus to attack rolls. The bomb deals 1d8 fire damage, 1 persistent fire damage, and 1 fire splash damage. And I'm assuming splash is just anything within a 5-foot radius because it doesn't specify.
Mhm.
Sorry, Slippery Phil. But
Sorry for what?
Now, again, I don't see any kind of a bonus. So would this just be proficiency? The way the bombs are working here, they're not a weapon for me.
Right. You have a separate alchemy tab, right?
I have spells and then alchemists, and all that gives me is max infusions and then the 8 bombs that I've selected.
Interesting.
But it doesn't give me any information about how to use them.
Okay.
It tells me how much damage they deal. Oh, wait, no, sorry, bomb is +5. My bad. All right, just got to read.
This game has reading. I love that.
Oh man, reading.
That is a horrid roll. That is a total of, that is a 3 + 5 for another 8. Yet
So
again,
8 is a miss.
8 is a
So-
miss.
On a critical failure, the bomb is entirely dealing no damage. But if an attack with a splash weapon fails, succeeds, or critically succeeds, all creatures within 5 feet of the target, including the target, take the splash damage.
So,
Even though you missed, the goblin still takes 1,
Yep.
and Slippery Phil takes 1.
yep.
Ah, you singed my cape.
Now,
All right,
how?
so you did a stride, and you did a quick alchemy for 1 bomb, or a quick bomber.
So would I have? Just because I feel like I saw it somewhere. If I wanted to then switch to my sling, would that take an action to pull my sling back out? I noticed that you have to specify whether you're raising your shield or not to get the AC bonus on it.
Since you've got your bombs on your bandolier and you were using your sling on the last turn, I'll say that you're fine. You had a hand free to throw the bomb, then just use the other hand to switch back and forth is fine.
All right. So then I will be at a -5 here for this, or I guess I'll be at a 0 because it's a +5. But
Net 0.
oh, that's a 5. Just
you just hear
useless.
that glunk as it goes in.
Get Dinar out of your head and roll better. Come on.
All right. It is of that hurt guy. I mean, he's got to move up a little bit just to be able to see. And then he's going to try and plug. He sees you throwing fire bombs around. That's not cool. So he's going to shoot at Leanne.
Not cool, man.
Oh, critical hit.
Oh, and
Oh,
I think that is actually a critical hit because my AC would be 17.
So crits work in 2 ways. So if it hits you by 10 or more, or if I roll a natural 20.
Oh, so you rolled a nat 20?
So I'm sorry, I should say A natural 20 bumps your result up by 1 grade, regardless of what it is.
Okay.
So if 28 had actually been just a regular hit, a natural 20 puts it into a critical hit.
Okay.
If a 28 would have been a miss, a nat 20 turns it into a hit.
Ah. Okay.
Numbers.
And similarly, on a natural 1, it downgrades your result by 1. So if you roll a natural 1 and it added up to 18, which would have been a hit, it downgrades 1 into a miss.
Makes sense.
So 28 is a critical hit.
That is calculated.
You take a total of 10 points of damage there, because 9 points of damage. So you take the 6 critical damage and then the 3 deadly damage, which was additional damage when I rolled a crit. So, thunk.
Liam is very hurt.
Suddenly went from fine to, oh my God.
Is that my hand? Oh,
And because he felt good about that one, he's going to hit you again.
Yeah.
He wants to finish you off. He's getting cocky now.
why
Another
is
one
my
sails
blood all the way
by.
out there?
I'm hoping
Sticks
a
into the
9
wall right
misses.
next to Aid.
I
And
Liam is stumbling from being hurt so much. The arrow goes right by him.
It doesn't even move. It's just like he's like,
all right, Slippery Phil.
Quick clarification: is an interact action a free action or?
No, an interact is an action. So if we've been swapping weapons as interact, is interact swapping weapon an interact?
Okay.
Grab an object, open a door, draw an item. Draw an item.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
drawing a weapon should be an interact. So there we go.
So
Now
I
we know.
suppose in that case, as an interact, I will draw my sword.
Very good.
pencil, charcoal, digital.
And I will make an attack because it seems like a good thing to do in this moment.
Okay. Before you do that, hang on a sec, because you have your panache ability, right?
That is correct.
You should be able to do something like, if you do a performance check first, then you'll be able to get bonus damage on your strike or something. Let me just see how this whole thing works. Panache.
What is the 411 on panache?
Let's read up on the swashbuckler class. So your key feature is called panache. And basically you have second feature called precise strike, which keys off of that. Okay, yeah. When you have panache and you strike with an agile finesse weapon, which your rapier would be, you deal an additional 2 precision damage. So you get 2 bonus damage if you have panache. If the strike is tagged as a finisher, you'll get 2d6 extra damage instead of just 2.
What would cause it to be a finisher exactly?
So if you
Finish
have
him.
a special ability that is basically if it has the keyword finisher on it, so it'd be like one of your class feats would give you a finisher.
Oh, I just mean that what makes a weapon attack a finisher? Like what is the triggering condition for that?
It would depend on the ability that gives you the finisher. Let me just find one in a finisher. Just to define it again. Finishers are spectacular finishing moves that use your panache. Okay, so yes, it's something that would spend your panache, but and I think you get 1 finisher for free as a swashbuckler. Let me just look up the class again because it's all a little circular what I'm doing right now. Oops. Confident finisher. Here we go.
Okay, I think I'm starting to grok this.
Okay, so yes, so one of
Sure.
so you do your
I will spend an action to perform because as a battle dancer, that is how I receive panache.
right.
So I gain panache during an encounter when the result of my performance check to perform exceeds the will DC of an observing foe, even if that foe isn't fascinated.
Yep.
So I guess Slippery Phil will do a little bit of fancy footwork.
Fancy footwork.
As he draws his sword and kind of like gets into a fencing stance. So this will be the performance check to start.
Okay.
For some reason, I pictured the moonwalk.
That's an 18 for a total of 23.
Oof. You have critically danced.
critical dance.
All right. So does it do anything good on a critical?
You pulled a footloose on him there.
Yeah. Target is temporary. All right. So this is one of those once per combat per target kinds of things.
Right.
From you, KB'd.
You have. All right. So that gives you panache. So now you can make a strike. And if you want, you can use your confident finisher and spend the panache you just earned.
I have to decide before I know the outcome of the roll.
Yes.
Okay. Let's give it a shot. In the name of science.
So this will do regular weapon damage. If you're spending your panache, it'll do an extra 2d6 damage. And because of confident finisher, you will deal half of that 2d6 even if you miss.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and make the attack roll in that case.
Good place to start.
Okay, that is an 11 for a total of 18.
18 is a hit.
Okay.
Now you're rolling more dice than he has almost hit points, so this should be good.
This will be 3d6 minus 1 for my strength.
Yep.
Okay. 5, 11, 17 damage total.
Yeah, he's super dead.
He gets so focused on your feet moving, he doesn't realize he's been stabbed until after.
He just
and let's see, there's something else that I can do here.
Let's see you.
Oh wait, no, that's not until level 9. Never mind. This is all I can do now.
So to review, you action to draw your weapon, you did an action to dance, and then your confident finisher was your third action. So
nice.
We are good. And Bass is up.
All right. Well, Bass was going to rush in and do a takedown on that goblin if it wasn't taken down.
Wasn't already took.
Down took it. But he will still he'll still come in. I think he will go to our downed friend here. 15, 20, 25, 20, 25, 15, 20, 25. I can move 3 times, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. And he's just gonna like get down in front of what's his face? Nikolai.
Okay.
And just face the goblin, just be spare his teeth.
Yeah, Nikolai looks like he's been already beaten soundly, and they were just about to finish him off. So he sort of acknowledges that the dog is there, but he's still kind of reeling on the deck here.
Wolf, dog. Wolf.
Big dog, right? Good Sir Knight, Sir Salueni.
All right. Well, seeing as my good and boon companion, Slippery Phil, seems to have taken a bit of a tumble, I feel I shall infuse my hands with positive energy.
Slam.
and I shall reach out with my hand and struggle to find purchase upon the slippery skin until
Yes, it tends to do that. Yes.
until I just grab your arm and slap my hand onto your arm, not realizing that since I've grabbed your arm, I could just channel it that way. But once that has finally been accomplished, I shall unleash the healing positive energy of the sun itself into your wounds. And I believe you are willing.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Okay.
I trust this process.
Consent is important for these matters.
I could not agree more.
You shall restore 6 hit points, gain a +2 bonus to armor class for 1 round.
Oh, hell yeah.
That ain't bad.
Fancy.
I feel like 6 is good, right? Like that's
I mean, that brings me
So-
almost back up to max.
so. This costs focus, which I
Yes.
I have 1 of those right now.
Correct.
Neat.
So the
That's-
good news is basically you spend 10 minutes to regain focus after combat. So basically a short rest kind of activity.
Mm.
I see. Well, I just be sure no one else takes any bad hits.
I feel terrible.
As Liam is bleeding out behind you.
In
Yes, why is
even
that-
worse condition.
Why is that not updating over here?
I see you at 3 out of 16. I don't know how anyone else does.
One of my screens, I see 16 out of 16. The other one, I see 3. Whatever.
You may want to see to the petite one as well.
We shall see.
If he proves himself worthy.
Take cover behind my body.
All right, so Liam.
Realistically, if you can survive another round, I got you.
Oh, I'm
assuming
sure I
Liam
won't be
uses one
attacked.
action.
Well, I am going to attempt to dissuade these other. That the goblin there. That's not the one that the one
No,
that's on the boat. That's the one. It's not the one I tried to dissuade, right?
correct.
All right. I shall gaze at him
All right.
and
Longingly or loathingly?
with
Whoever gets the job done, truly.
with great disapproval. You see now that your actions are useless. Turn back now and seek a better life. I shall attempt to intimidate him.
Very good.
13.
13. You hit it exactly.
Ooh.
So he is
Excellent.
frightened 1.
And as for his friend, you also have seen what we can do. Choose another life choice.
I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
16.
Cuts deeper.
So, for everyone playing along at home, frightened, you are gripped by fear and struggle to control your nerves. The frightened condition always includes a value. 1, you take a status penalty equal to this value to all your checks and DCs. So that is attack rolls, skill checks, spell DCs, the whole 9 yards. Unless otherwise specified, at the end of each of your turns, the value of a frightened condition decreases by 1. So it decrements every round. Automatically, no save required. Oh, and you got to throw one at the other guy too?
Yeah, might as well.
16.
Very good.
Yeah, you got 16. Yeah.
That gets him as well. They are both frightened 1.
Return to your homes and rethink your lives.
Oh, they don't like you. The far one.
I also would like to position my body in front of the little one, if that will do anything. I don't know if it does.
Yeah, you can give him soft cover on that. I'll let you do that.
Hooray!
He is very small. I mean, so am I, but
This guy's gonna move. Whoops, gotta stop measuring and move. Let's do that. Move up to the edge, and he does not like you. He's going to shoot his little short bow. Plink. And shoot it again. Plunk. Ooh, does a 17 hit? Probably.
17 is dead on.
Dead on? Hooray! 3 points of damage. Suck it.
Because I did not raise my shield.
Both the goblins, as scared as they are, well, actually, this guy, at the end of his turn, his frightened goes away.
It's a fight or flight response.
I see you have chosen death.
The other one may be wetting himself right now. Aid is up.
Oh yeah. All right. The one that is very hurt, I'm gonna leave.
And still scurred.
Yeah, I'm gonna mark the other one as my prey.
Okay.
So that's an action to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna shoot him. Well within my range here. That's an 18 plus 7. So 25.
25 against his covered AC is a hit.
So I'm going to add my Hunter's Edge to this. So that's 4 and 8. So 8, 9, 10, that's 12 points of piercing damage.
Oh, he did.
And same thing, just like his head is just like meloned as the arrow just like boom right in.
And if Jessie were conscious, she'd probably be grossed out. But as it stands. All right, so you marked, you shot, you still have one action left.
5, 10, 15, 20, my 35 feet. I will kind of come and just crouch beside Liam and just, I know he's not bleeding out or anything, but my medicine, my like instincts just kind of go like, I gotta check on him. Like, you okay? So in Elven, she'll be like, stay strong, my friend.
You got a big barbed goblin arrow sticking out of your friggin' thigh right now, and it hurts.
Yep.
And it is your turn.
Can't just let him get away with that. So we're going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And as I was explaining to Trillium earlier, I'm going to lob a junk bomb at him. A junk bomb is a volatile-looking bomb cobbled together from jagged metal scrap, broken glass, and other bits of razor-sharp fragments, lashed around a core of explosive alchemical slag. So I'm going to huck one of them at him.
Targets him right in the...
Yeah. So...
What?
I don't know.
Junk bomb.
Oh,
Hits him in the...
yeah, I'm not that smart. I didn't make that connection.
I really wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Can I roll
Yes,
off of
Trillium
this?
gets it.
I
Thank you,
can. There we go. Oh, so I rolled a 9 plus 5 for 14.
14. He is frightened 1, but he also has cover.
Oh.
So I'm assuming, does the junk bomb have splash?
It does.
How
Yeah,
much
it's-
splash are you doing?
It's 1 splash. All of my bombs, I think, do 1 splash damage because they're all level 1s. It's a lesser junk bomb.
You saw that big jump on his hit point bar. You just did half of his remaining hit points.
Come on.
I mean, that's still pretty good.
Oh. But now he's going to lean over the deck. He's going to kill me.
You don't know that for sure.
Well, okay, so is that just one action?
Throw a bomb, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw. I've got another alchemist's fire. Let's just use everything I have. Let's lob
He's
another
only got
one.
1 hit point left, so even if you miss, your splash
Yeah,
damage
the
is
splash
That's
damage.
true. That's true.
Roll.
Well,
'Cause
I
want to see a bomb crit here. Come on.
missed, so that's an 8 total. So it's a miss, but it's a splash.
So it does the splash. And he dies frightened
And on fire.
and on fire. And full of shrapnel.
Yeah.
Those are fun bombs.
Yep.
So flayed.
Yeah.
And on fire.
What a way to go.
All right. The last goblin dies screaming.
Hey, there's a big slippery fill up on the boat up there. The top of the map. That's fun.
Oh, hey. It's my brother.
Oh.
Slippier fill.
That's my cousin, Viscous Stew.
Oh. What's he doing up there?
That's awesome, Jack.
It is
Hey, Viscous Stew, why don't you
unfortunate.
buy that jacket? Nah, man, Viscous Stew don't need to advertise.
Oh, you might have broken Devin with that.
That's gold, man.
Oh my lord.
That's
It-
gold.
It is unfortunate these goblins could not be assuaged from their life choices. Nonetheless, little one, you should be more careful with those bomb things. You could get an innocent hurt. Let this be a lesson to you. Call upon the Lord above us to grant me the light to discipline and heal this lost child of yours. I shall use my desperate prayer champion feat to restore my focus so that I may once again immediately heal
Man,
my
it's
good, my
beautiful.
good companion here. So you will gain 6 health hit points.
I had it. I was fine.
Well, I knew life on the high seas would be exciting, but I did not think that my first taste of that excitement would happen before I even set foot on the boat.
Perhaps we should inquire as to why this senseless loss of life was required.
Well, if we had left any alive, then perhaps this would be an option, but unfortunately, it seems that we were a bit too efficient.
Perhaps
No?
in the future we should exercise non-lethality.
Where's
So
the fun?
Nikolai, please explain.
Indeed, I am most curious as to why we were required to.
Shakily gets himself up to his feet. Like, I definitely hired the right crew. Thank you so much. Those the goblin gangs have just been getting so brazen. There's a reason that I want to make my fortune and get out of this town, and they're part of it. They've been causing trouble for weeks, but apparently, and this is the first I've heard of it, this is their dock now. And they wanted me and the Persephone, and he sort of looks over the boat and is like, Jesse, and he runs over to go help his mate, ship's mate,
Yes.
not spouse.
Yeah. We should.
So,
We should
Although it
ensure
could be.
that all is well.
good day, mate.
Perhaps
now
we
it's a
should
good
have
time to
words
do-
with these goblins.
If anyone is trained in medicine, you could do some treat wounds. to-
Hello.
I am trained in medicine.
Perfect.
I'm actually trained in medicine. Hey.
Great.
I have seen many wounds such as these upon the battlefields.
So the way this works is, so you spend 10 minutes treating one injured living creature, including yourself if you want to. The target is then temporarily immune to treat wounds by anyone for 1 hour. So it takes 10 minutes to do, but then you have to wait another hour if you want to try again. You have to make a medicine check. DC is 15, could be adjusted based on circumstances. Are any of you experts in medicine?
No.
Not yet? Okay, so you can't even try the DC 20. Basically, as you get better at medicine, you can increase the amount of healing you can do at a higher risk. But otherwise, you're trying for a DC 15 medicine to heal 2d8, 48 on a critical, or take 1d8 on a critical failure.
Oh.
So you could potentially hurt someone more if you do really bad on your medicine check.
I imagine that Liam is sitting on the dock trying to figure out how best to pull this arrow out of his leg. And that's going to determine what happens here. Roll. I rolled a total of 15.
You hit the DC exactly.
Hey.
So you heal 2d8.
Do we know if Jesse is wounded, like, or Nikolai? Or...
Nikolai is sort of bringing her to at this point. It looks like she was knocked out, bludgeoned, but not... like, it looks like they definitely wanted something out of these two more than just killing them. So,
how would I go about searching a goblin for, well, anything of?
Well, you're big enough. You
information
can probably
use?
just grab one of the ankles and just do one of these. And you hear the jingle jangle of some loose change coming out.
Oh, man.
Between the four of them, you find 5 gold pieces worth of various, looks like coinage they've bullied off of other people, and one of them even had a minor healing potion.
Hey.
And 5 gold is quite a lot in
Yeah.
this game.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Holdenbrogel, allow me to examine those wounds.
I'm all good.
The problem with these barbed arrows is that they can leave more damage being removed than when they enter. There is a trick that I picked up on the battlefields.
And there's a trick that I've picked up roaming these great lands. See, look, I'm all better.
So yes, you see that he's already snapped it off, pulled it through, bandaged it up.
Very well, then if there is no one else requiring my medicinal services, I shall attend to my own injuries.
Good plan.
And I shall prepare a victory feast to celebrate our first and probably not the last series of murders that we will commit on these high seas.
I see no reason to celebrate such senseless loss of life.
Oh, on the contrary, mon frere, I am celebrating our own survival.
That
For
seems
it was
acceptable.
quite unfortunate that we had to come to blows. However, we get to live another day, and that seems to be worth celebrating.
GM,
Yeah.
can I get Bass to use his scent to see if he smells any other goblin aroma, if they came from nearby, if there's any more of them?
Sorry, how much do I recover for a 17 medicine? Is that 2d8?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All
Well,
right.
hey, how about that?
Nice. Exactly what you needed, right?
Mm-hmm.
What? Oh, that's why. Okay. Yes. Have Bass roll a survival check. Let's see what he can find.
Okay. How does that work? Oh, why did it open that? No.
I think it was plus, let's say +7.
Okay. Seven for 14.
14. Okay. Yeah.
It says have senses. It says scent imprecise 30 feet.
Yes. So
Yeah, use the smell.
so you Bass picks up a trail coming from this direction and can follow it at half speed. You're guessing this building.
This building right here.
Yeah.
Okay. So as Bass picks that scent up, he's probably giving notice to Aid, who then will say, my friends, my companion has picked up goblin scent over there.
Excellent. We may have some strong words with them about this way they go about their business.
And Nikolai says he's going to take Jessie below decks and help her recuperate, get her in one of the bunks. All right.
You said it was a 10-minute thing to restore focus, right?
Yeah, and that can overlap with something,
Like
an
the 10 minutes.
appropriate other action. So if you're doing something like healing and you are a restorative person, like a sun god paladin, then yes, you can do both at the same time.
Cool. So the medicine check is also something that brings back my focus.
Yeah, pretty much.
Excellent. Not that we'll need it, of course.
No, of course not. I wouldn't have drawn
What
up
are the
additional math.
odds?
It's all just decorative.
Mr. Slippery,
Yes.
you seem one who would be good with locks and sneaky in this setting.
Well, I don't mean to sing my own praises too high, but they did call me Sneaky Slippery Phil in my college days.
That is a long name.
Yes,
Is
is
this-
it not?
Is this just like a warehouse? Like an unlabeled warehouse?
Yep, pretty much.
If this is a
I-
place of business, surely we can knock upon the door. And if they prove to be ne'er-do-wells, we do have somewhat of the drop on them.
If you believe this to be the better option, then by all means.
It would be
Lead the way.
it would be the more lawful option. However, I am not known for my sneakiness, so I would
Mhm.
place this in your expert hands.
One moment. Bass, Quillen for that. I get Bass to sniff right at the door. Closer, like come up beside the building and sniff.
Well, that seems obvious now that we did that.
Well, just to, what do you say? Is it fresh? He wants to see, is there fresh goblin scent? Like, is it, are there more goblins in there? Is it, like a,
So Bass gets up to the door.
yeah. He wants to
And-
know, like, so what I'm trying to find out is like, can he tell if there's actually goblins in there, or is this just like they were there and there's none there now?
You get to there and all of you hear the howling of dogs and skittering of claws against floor. And we are going to roll initiative again.
Oh,
Interesting.
Zutalor.
These guys,
Shoot the door? What? Okay.
they
Wow,
also-
sakes.
yeah, these critters also have the scent ability. So they smelled your dog,
Ah,
you smelled
okay.
them.
Wolf. He's not a
Big dog.
dog. he's a Wolf.
I rolled an
Where?
18 on my initiative this round.
Yeah.
This combat.
18 for you. I see Sir Sal.
I did not roll as well that time.
I'm not doing stealth this time.
For Liam?
Total of 10.
10. Okay. And Aid.
16 for age.
And what was your survival for Bass?
I think it was 15, I believe.
Okay, we'll just roll that forward for
Okay.
use that for their initiative on this.
Or 14. Maybe it was 14.
Yes, 7 plus.
Yeah, I rolled a 7 and 7. Yeah, 14.
All right.
Goblin dog.
Oh snap! That's a lot of initiative.
Maybe we shouldn't open the door.
That's okay.
I think someone will open the door for us. If we ask nicely.
So it. So the door actually gets kicked open outwards as the
Oh
dog
snap!
as the dog crashes through it. What was my speed? It's 20. Oh, I'm super fast. Yeah, he just smashes right through to here. So does the dog trying to turn a corner on and
Yeah, just the skittering.
and ends up sort of here at the end of his move.
Oh, right beside me. Okay.
So it's basically it was an action to open the door. And then he strides and he's going to take one bite with his jaws. Ooh, 25.
That will hit.
All right. So that is 9 piercing damage.
Oof.
And here it comes. I need a fortitude save.
I don't know, like a reactionary or something.
Goblin pox.
But okay. Fortitude save?
Fortitude save, yep.
All
But
right.
I just got my vaccine for that.
15 plus 5 for 20.
20. You have saved against the goblin pox. So you see just this nasty black stuff on his teeth and in his spittle as he bites into you, and it's like, oh yeah, that is not a clean dog's mouth. That's his turn though.
Can I? So the reaction thing, you get one of those. Like how does that work in the action economy? You get one of
That's
those.
what I was
or
trying
is
to
it-
figure out.
Does that count as one of your 3 actions for your turn?
No, you get a reaction in addition. So
Okay. Could I use my reaction then, since the dog did hit one of my allies?
oh yeah. You got
And
that,
is within 15
Alvin
feet of
thing.
me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I shall glare at the dog, my eyes flaring with gold and blue energy. Bad dog. And you shall take 3 less damage, and the dog becomes enfeebled 2.
Enfeebled. Nice. So yeah, Craig, give yourself 3 hit points back, and I will give myself
So sorry, how much did I take? I took 9.
took 9, so 6 instead.
So 6, okay. That's a
What
bit better.
I will use.
The dog whines as before its eyes it sees what would have happened if it had just come out nicely, and it would have received treats and pets. And instead, it is getting called a bad dog and about to be bludgeoned, most likely, or exploded.
I don't have any of those ones left.
Okay,
All right.
it's gonna have a bad day, is the point.
Yeah.
Let's see what enfeebled does to me. I'm going to guess it makes me physically weakened. It includes a value. When you are enfeebled, you take a status penalty equal to the value to strength-based rolls and DCs, like my attacks, including strength-based melee attack rolls, strength-based damage rolls, and athletics checks. How long does my enfeebled last?
Until the end of its next turn.
Okay.
We can really wail on
Brandon.
it.
All right. That was my turn. Slippery Phil, you are up.
Okay.
And you can certainly hear there is another one inside. It's just waiting to get out.
I'm just reading up on something real quick.
All means.
Okay. I guess as one action, I'm going to draw my sword. As another action, I'm going to step over here. And I'm going to try to get some panache by just doing like a little sword flourish to try and get this enfeebled goblin dog's attention.
Good. So this is against my will DC.
That is right. Oof. This could be a 12.
Apparently, aid has its attention still. You are not able to flourish your way at it. And that's one of those.
Well, say lovey.
And that's a one and done, right? Pass or fail. You can't try it again against that target.
I would assume not. But, you know,
Good news. There's a
there'll
second
be
one.
others.
All right, that was one,
Is
two,
that
three.
good
nine.
news?
All right, aid, you are up. It is enfeebled and in front of you.
Okay. Can you remind me what you said before about opportunity attacks? Not like because they're different in this.
Most things don't have them. That's the
Okay. In that case, I'm going to
couple that with the volley property on your longbow, and you want to get away.
exactly 20. That's gonna be 30 because it's double, and then 35. So there. So let's just say 5, 10, 30, just so I'm not right where the open door is. So that's one move. I'm going to use my or one action, my second action to designate it as prey, and then my third action to put an arrow in it.
Very good.
16 plus 7.
23
to
hits.
hit. That is 4 plus 7, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points of piercing damage.
Woof. Super hurt. It gives a nasty bark and yowl as the arrow lands in its flank, and more blood and spittle and ichor just everywhere.
And are we like a free action, like speak a couple words kind of thing? Is that something we can do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Talking.
So yeah, in common, watch out for the bite. And that'll be Aid's turn.
All right. Yep. I'm gonna do that. Oh look, Goblin Dog number 2.
And 3.
You're a goblin dog.
Don't say such things.
It's going to bite at Slippery Phil with its bitey bite. Here we go.
Whoa.
28.
Whoa.
That's a critical on me.
Oof. Then enjoy your 16 points of critical damage.
I will not, but thank you anyway.
And
Ouch.
a fortitude save while you're at it.
Let's take a look at my fortitude and see how it is. Okay, +5. That's not awful. That's not awful.
That's so adventurous, but no more.
Rolling a 14 is maybe not good.
Oh, 14
Whatever
total?
reach to see.
14 total.
You have failed. You are sickened.
Oh.
I'm afraid
Sickened
Slippery
with
Phil
these
may have
dogs.
slipped his last.
You're sickened 1.
You are a sick one.
Okay. I will toggle that on in Path Builder.
So, when you are sickened, you feel ill. Always includes a value. Take a status penalty equal to this to all checks and DCs. You can't willingly ingest anything, including elixirs and potions, while sickened. So, no healing potions.
Oh.
Wow.
Ooh.
You can spend a single action retching in an attempt to recover, which lets you immediately attempt a fortitude save against the DC of the effect that made you sickened. On success, you reduce your sickened value by 1.
What was the how many rounds am I sickened for as a result of this?
Oof. Well, this is a disease, so it is going to progress. Next round, you're going to save again. It could get worse or it could get better.
Good to know.
I'm going to put a thing on you. You have Mr. Yuck.
Mr. Yuck. That's the official diagnosis. I've come down with Mr. Yuck.
But I mean, he's still got an attack left, so I might as well try again, right?
Well, you don't have to do that.
That's okay.
Really, you don't.
That should have been with the multi-attack penalty too. That's only a 10.
As they say, once bitten, twice shy. I need to lie down for a moment.
All right, Bass.
Make himself more slippery. Yeah. Oh, it's on me. Well, Bass is going to attack this not actual dog, this nasty thing.
You nasty thing.
Indeed. So he's going to use his jaws. I don't remember finding the attack though. What's damage? 1d8. What's my bonus to it? I have his info. Where is he? Oh yeah, he's all near. Duh. Okay. Where's his action? Where do I find action? I don't see how to strike him. I don't know where I'm finding, like, the thing that you sent me, the Pathfinder too easy. There's no actual bonus to his attack. Like, what am I rolling? Am I adding? This is damage is 1d8 piercing for melee jaws. It says it's finesse, so I can use dexterity, which is good because I have a +3 to dex. But what's the actual bonus to the attack?
Let's see. Oh.
That's what I want to know.
Efficiencies, ability modifiers, hit points. Oh, okay. There's more to this.
Where does that come?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I see it. Oh, okay. I just looked up wolf. +9. Jaws, what? +9, +4? Oh, it's first attack plus +9.
And second attack would be 5 less. Yeah, that makes sense.
But that's not wait, that's different than the companion. The companion
Yeah,
says,
no, that's a wild wolf.
Yeah.
The wolf is small.
I am confused.
It's using
Okay, this is some session 1 stuff, you know.
I use the command and so you should be using an action to command him to take.
He's on his own turn, so he doesn't get it. Like, what? I'm confused.
Yeah, so maybe he shouldn't be on his own turn. Okay, here we go. So you use the command an animal to order an animal. You do a nature check against his will DC, GM, blah, blah, blah. If it has a good attitude, yeah, okay. So we'll figure that out later.
Can I just bite it?
So yes, you command him to attack those dogs. That will hold for the rest of the combat. But let's give him a plus. Let's see. Give him plus 6 on his strike.
All right, that's a 17 plus 6, 23.
That'll hit. Which one are you going against? The wounded one or the fresh one?
Oh, good call. Yeah, he was gonna take down the one that's wounded.
Okay.
So he's gonna run in. So that's gonna be 1d8 piercing. So that's 6 piercing, and my takedown feat automatically knocks him prone when I attack with my jaws.
Killing him also does that, so that's good.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. But like the wolf, it comes in just right for the neck and just like pulls him down to the ground, just rips the throat out.
Perfect. All right. That worked very well.
And then he just like gives a like howl of victory and then turns and just snarls at the other one.
Oh, hang on. Irritating dander, a creature that hits the goblin dog with an unarmed attack, like a bite. Master Grappler, otherwise touches it, is exposed to goblin pox.
No, it does nothing. Nothing.
Pass can give me.
Hey, he's had his shots. He's had his shots.
So fortitude save from your dear wolf there. I remembered that time.
All right. Which I don't know what I'm adding to this here. As that fortitude is constitution.
Yes.
So that's just a +2 then if he doesn't have anything in change of it.
Yeah, we'll have to figure this out.
Well, that's a 17 plus at least 2 for con. I'm
Yeah,
assuming,
you're
right?
good.
So at least a 19.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
All right.
He's been bitten by worse. Okay. And then I can't move, and then I already used move, and then I did it.
Yeah,
Attack. So that's kind of it for Bass.
Okay. And we are moving on to Sir Saluani.
Talk to your doctor about Sir Saluani.
Actually, talked about goblin pox.
Yeah.
Please. I need help.
All right, Devin, what you got?
Oh, he's muted.
Okay,
He's
well,
not.
geez. What a target rich environment we have here of this single dog.
Kill it to death.
Yeah. I mean, Slippery Phil is not looking so good.
You can't tell
He's
because I'm
extra slippery.
You can't tell because I'm always green, but
You're
I am
looking
feeling quite
looking
well.
especially green.
It's like a little more
One
gray.
might say viridescent. All right.
turns more mustardy color.
Yeah, I shall first of all approach this here malcontent in the shape of a dog. With one hand, I shall reach out upon my friend Slippery Phil and completely slide off his body and face plant. Luckily, still touching the feet. Oh, divine Lord, please heal this slippery borderline heathen.
Borderline heathen.
For a 6 hit points, in addition to the +2 to your armor class for 1 round.
Hey.
That's 6 hit points, you said?
Yeah, what heightened, is that like the thing I have to do, or is that something I can just do?
Heightened is upcasting.
Which I can't do because I don't have any more than 1 focus. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I see. +1 and 1 additional focus. Okay.
So if you were able to heighten it to 2, then
Yes. Seeing that has all I can do to heal, I guess I shall finally. I wonder if I could make this dog flee. Do we hear or have any sense that there are other dogs coming towards us, or do we
Sure,
feel
it
like it
has
was just?
fleas, but
well, you've got a good look inside where they came from. There's definitely no more in there.
Okay. Could I try to discourage this beast from continuing its actions? I'm pretty.
with your
I
sword.
want to do the demoralize, but I also then that's it for my turn, and I feel like
Demoralize it with a sword through its face. That's pretty demoralizing.
I must stay true to my tenets.
So
This beast is merely following orders from an evil master.
It's not a beast.
oh no, it looks like an evil dog as well.
It's
Like
not a beast. It's an evil creature.
right? Goblin
Yeah,
dog.
yeah.
It's not a happy little pupper.
Yeah, but still, I mean,
It is a monstrosity.
There's no
Yeah,
redeeming
it's-
this pupper.
okay. Are we're that's like a known thing?
Yeah, once you see what they are and who they're raised by, it's really a matter of these
Yeah,
are
because they're not intelligent beings, so there's only
it's
so much we can do. Okay, then
It's like,
sorted
put it
wild.
down.
unfortunate but necessary. And I believe can I lay on hands if I have a shield strapped, or do I need to have not had my shield out?
I'm guessing probably fine. Lay on hands. Your hands become infused. Blah 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 blah.
Because if I
Yeah,
don't
no,
have my
that's
shield,
fine. Yeah, with your shield on is fine. That's
okay, then I will be one-handing the sword. I imagine, because I can't. You can't two-hand. Well, so is it more like a shield as long you just if you present the shield, and that's what gives you the armor class. Otherwise, you can't two-hand as long if you have that shield, right? Like you have to not have a shield
correct.
in your arm. Okay, even if it's not raised, the fact that you have the shield is what prevents it. Okay, then all right, let's go with our sword.
Yeah, here I'm just
Weapon
reading up.
attack, display,
So they have
attack.
a lovely little write-up. So this has the somatic component, much like a spell. So lay on hands. A somatic component is a specific hand gesture, blah, blah, blah. You can use this component while holding something in your hand, but not if you're
Okay.
restrained or otherwise unable to freely gesture. Spells that require you to touch a target require a somatic component. You can do so while holding something as long as part of your hand is able to touch the target.
Which in the case of a shield would be the case. Okay. Well, I shall attack with my bastard sword with a 20 by the looks of things.
Yeah,
Good.
20 will hit. Oh, hang on. Is that right? I've got the AC wrong. Okay, yeah. Yeah, 20 hits, definitely.
Okay, so we're looking at, I guess, 8 slashing damage.
8 slashing. That was a nice looking crit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's why I was double checking because on the token I got the AC set to 10. I know that's not right because that would have been a crit against AC 10.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yep. But still 8. It's looking hurt. And you've got an action left.
No, I don't. I moved.
Oh, you moved. Right.
Yes.
Carry on. Then Liam
Like
is
Jagger.
up.
All right.
Let us put these beasts out of their misery.
Liam is going to interact and pull out a sling. He is going to fire the sling at the doggo there.
All right.
This is plus
The dog.
5 for a total of 12 to hit.
Thankfully, slippery Phil, it you feel it ting off of one of the parts of you've got leather armor, right?
Yeah, that's right.
The sling bullet bounces off a buckle, so you don't actually get hurt by it, but you see it, you feel it ricochet off of you. And it's like, come on, I'm already feeling like crap.
That's
Like a fellow while he's down, why don't you?
That sling is not doing you any favors.
Doesn't matter. Gonna load up another stone and go with a +0 here.
Oof.
For a
All
natural 1. Why the heck not?
Thankfully, weapon attacks don't have a critical miss, so you just feel bad.
That's
This
interesting.
shot is so bad, you actually hear it glunk into the water behind you.
Just, oh,
That's funny.
Man, and my halfling luck wouldn't work for an attack. It's only for skill checks or saving throws.
Oh, too bad.
Uh,
All right, that is 2 attacks. You still have 1 action left.
well, my action was to pull out my sling.
Oh, right,
That
right,
was my
right.
interact.
Very good. Then we're on to Slippery Phil.
Slippery Phil is definitely on the defensive here. First action, I'm gonna move back a considerable move back a considerable distance. I am going to spend an action to make another fortitude save to try and shake this sickness.
Try and retch it out. Okay.
Yeah, you see his throat sac get all big. It's like, oh, no one look. Oh, this is so undignified. Okay, 17 for a total of 22 on that one.
22. You managed to get whatever it was out of your system before it gets any worse. So well done.
I guess I just needed, how you say, a little hair of the dog. I don't think these ones have hair, though. For my remaining action, he's just gonna grab like a handful of his dueling cape in one hand so that he can use it defensively if need be.
Very good. Then we'll go to Aid.
How hurt is this last goblin dog looking?
It is bloodied, so you can. Oh, here, I should be able to see. So that first shot took it down to about half. So another solid hit should take it out.
All right. I will transfer my mark to it. Make it my prey. It's 1 action. Shoot it with my second. 13 plus 7, 21.
That'll hit.
Ooh, it's 8 plus my precision dice. 2 for 10 piercing damage.
Hey.
9 hit points left. So splat goes the dog.
Okay. And then I have an action left. Even though I guess we're out. So I'm going to use my, I guess that's a 10-minute thing to medicine check, right? To do medicine.
So yeah, we can
Okay.
sort that out.
Okay. So I will administer, if we're out of combat, whatever, I'll administer first aid to Slippery Phil.
Much appreciated.
All righty. So go ahead and roll a medicine check.
So this is at, where did my dice just go? +5. That is a 14 plus 5, 14, 19.
You hit the DC of 15, so he heals 2d8.
Okay, perfect.
Hey,
Ooh, nice. I'm glad that we could just do that.
that is
Yep.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's we don't get hit dice, I assume, right? So
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
So I just bend down and I kind of like coax the poison out, whatever's left of it, and used to being in the wild and treating bites and wounds and things like that. And
That is a fascinating thing to be
Bandage you
able
up.
to do.
So while Aid is helping Slippery Phil, what are the rest of you up to?
Is anyone else injured? Is
So you said 2d8. How much was that in the roll?
Oh, I roll it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Right. Okay.
Oh,
Sorry.
unless I do. I just assumed that the person performing the action.
4, 5. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 total.
Hey, that's not bad.
So
My health has been very swingy this game,
Yeah.
but I guess that's what being first level is about.
I am up. Oh, I'm sick. I'm back. Oh, I'm down here.
So from where you're standing, Sir Sal, you can see into that place. There are a couple of nests where you can tell the goblin dogs were, and there are other sort of sleeping like rags and things like. It looks like this is where the goblins were living. There is a collection of stuff in here as well. So
is there a way we can tell if this is like where they live in their sorry, let me rephrase this question. Is there a way for us to know? Pardon me, Aid. Is it possible that your fine companion here could ascertain the number of goblins which resided within this abode? Perhaps we could determine if not all were present during our recent skirmish.
I don't know whether a wolf can count.
I can be the one to do that. So yes, I
Get down on all fours and just start sniffing around.
Yeah, I would roll another survival check, see if you can sort of determine.
Yeah, that's sort of what I'm going for.
Sort of that.
I would have said also during the 10 minutes that healing was being applied to Slippery Phil. I think Sal is gazing out at the water, looking at the sun's reflection glittering in the sparkling ocean, and just meditating on the beauty that is the Lord above, the child of the sun.
19.
With a 19, you are
get my focus back.
Yes. Pretty confident that 2 goblin dogs and then 7 other goblins. And you can account for 4 of those 7.
Okay.
And there are sort of 6 little cots and sort of sleeping pallets. And then there's 1 hammock. Almost like an elevated station for one of the goblins.
I assume that from the presence of the fact we have been here for nearly half an hour's time, and there's not been a single trace of any guards or soldiers.
Oh yeah, I should have mentioned on your way in. Why did I not see that? Oh, because I didn't highlight it.
Some sort of unlawful deal.
I wrote it out, but I forgot to highlight it as read out loud text. When you arrived at the pier, there's a steady stream of people heading off of the pier. So whatever was going down here, everyone just bugged out. You know from your time in town, there really isn't a town guard per se. So you are the law.
So they said there's three unaccounted for.
3 unaccounted for. And there was definitely one sort of sleeping area that was more spruced up than the rest.
There's another door at the back there or something else that we can see? Okay. I'm going to check that door too. Does it just lead outside, like out the back?
Yeah, it just goes to the back.
Okay.
It appears we have 2 options then. We can lie in wait and greet the remaining ne'er-do-wells and make them see the error of their ways, or we may hunt them down, or we can leave, though I am not too fond of leaving this harbor in the hands of such scoundrels.
Well, I mean, we have certainly reduced their number quite a bit.
I get the feeling More will come back. This was not our quarry. We are to set sail.
True,
I believe.
and I am concerned for my good friend Slippery Phil's welfare. He has not been doing so keen on these battles that we've faced. I worry that one more bout with some goblins might see the end of our slippery friend.
Well, third time's the charm, as they say. Not to worry. Not to worry.
Precisely.
I will also point out that while you were sort of searching through here, trying to determine how many goblins lived here, you did find a little bit of loot in amongst all their personal effects.
Yes, what's what I was looking for.
There is it's a magic item called a predictable silver piece. Basically, you can force it to toss heads or tails.
Ooh.
There is a couple of potion vials, which your resident alchemist can quickly identify as one is a gecko potion.
Whoa.
And the other one is a vial of holy water.
Interesting.
Did you say gecko potion?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll paste it all into Discord in a minute. The other thing you find is there's a big sack with eyeballing at about 100 engraved silver forks.
Engraved silver forks.
Yeah, they look like fine silverware, and it's all forks.
Goblins
Big bag
and
of
ludens.
forks.
What's the engraving on it? Can we?
Well, it's just like fine carvings that look like they might have been like kind of a restaurant or something like that.
Okay.
You know, we should probably take those because next thing you know, we're being attacked by vampirates, and we need some silver to deal with them. And we've got some forks. I mean,
so my suggestion, just coming out of voice, whatever here, is that we take all that loot, cut the hammock, slash the beds, and then bass peas on everything.
Seems a tad excessive, but
indeed.
To mark, well, he marks the scent so that if goblin dogs come back, they're gonna go nuts. That's the thing. He's like, we're gonna mark it here, and then
I shall leave
give the goblins some chaos if they come back.
harshly worded letter to go alongside, telling them that this is what happens to those who declare themselves bullies over others, and that should they wish to continue with what they have chosen to do with their meager lives, such will befall the rest of them.
Just don't sign it.
Not to
Don't put any information. that
Sign
leads
it in the
them to
name
us.
of the bright child.
Any.
And while you guys are discussing exactly how to despoil the goblin's lair here, you hear a voice from afar yelling out, "What the hell is going on down there? Where's all the racket and chaos? And what are you chumps doing in my shed?"
Oh, great.
And we'll leave it there for
yeah.
next time.
All right.
Flick found us. Flick found us.
Pretty good.
That's universal
This is
goblin voice.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I thought maybe this was like his origin story.
No,
man.
this is cousin Bling. You don't want.
Yeah.
What's 3 more goblins? We got this. Slippery, stay behind us all and don't move.
And I will be quite all right. Not to worry.
I don't believe you.
All right. Well, that was awesome. That was a
It was a lot of
great
fun.
start to this. We've started off with a bang. Haven't had to worry about death and dying yet, but I'm sure we'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
I tried.
Oh, I know, and Jack did too.
Yeah.
Hey, first level is always going to be a little bit swingy.
Yeah.
Nothing to be done.
All right.
Apologies for the stumbling along with the game, but I think
No,
we're
no,
starting
we're-
to. I think we're starting to catch our footing. I've been doing a ton of reading.
The whole idea of the whole thing behind this, right, was that we're learning and people can kind of learn along with us and watch. And if you're curious about Pathfinder 2e and looking to play, especially in the light of things that are going on, that watch and learn with us and
I'm-
play
I'm
along
in-
and figure it out.
Send corrections for everything we get wrong. Put them in the Discord and let us know how much we screwed things up.
I am
Yeah.
enjoying what we've done so far.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So, we will pick this story up at some point in the future, whether that be over the next few weeks or whatever, we'll see. If you are in our Discord, we'll have some more info, about what our plans are shortly, as we we'll talk amongst us and figure that out. But whether we're playing this or we're playing Sea of Souls or another game or whatever, we're gonna have fun.
No doubt about that.
That's
No
all
doubt
that
about
matters.
that. That's right. But yeah, come play games with us, or learn with us, or laugh at us, or point out all our errors.
Or laugh with us. You could also
However
laugh
it is
with
that
us.
you enjoy it. Yeah. Thanks,
Ian, thanks for hosting the game.
Yeah,
thank
this
you,
was a
Ian,
lot of
for
fun.
running us through
Happy
that.
to do it.
I'm excited. It's the crunchy bits are crunchy, but we'll smooth it out and
I
make proper
like-
peanut butter.
I
Mike.
like the crunchy bits.
Hey, stop scratching the couch.
All right.
All right. See you next time.
See you next time. Bye, everybody.
Have a good night, everybody.